Hello, hello. The success of young entrepreneurs will be the key to India's transformation in the new millennium.
This quote by Dhirubhai Ambani, one of India's greatest business visionaries, remains as relevant today as ever. This belief lies at the core of our platform, built to nurture innovation and foster entrepreneurship.
And this stage is where that vision comes alive. It is where entrepreneurs take their first steps into the startup ecosystem to test conviction, receive mentorship, and begin shaping solutions that can scale from ideas into impact.
Today, this stage brings together striving founders and experienced investors to engage in meaningful dialogue, grounded in innovation, insight, and opportunity.
I am Riva Jhavar.
And I am Aditya Shetty, and we welcome you to day 2 of Vivikta Presents Pune Startup Fest, powered by ONGC, hosted by COEP Technological University.
We are delighted to bring to you
The Pitchers Valley,
a national scale startup pitching platform that connects world-class early stage founders with seasoned investors. This year's theme, Ascent of Pioneers, celebrates founders and investors who do not wait for permission. They ascend through rejection, through uncertainty, and through relentless belief. With that, a very warm welcome to the Pitchers Valley.
Today, our founders are guided by an exceptional panel of leaders who know what it truly takes to convert potential into performance.
It is a privilege to have them mentor and evaluate the startups on this stage. Let us meet our investor panel.
First of all, we are pleased to welcome the Chief Investment Officer and Managing Partner at ITI Growth Opportunities Fund. Renowned for identifying high potential ventures, he empowers ambitious founders with battle-tested strategies and smart capital to drive scale. Please welcome Mr. Mohit Gulati.
We are delighted to welcome the partner and mentor at 100 Unicorns, one of India's largest accelerator VCs launched in 2020. His strategic guidance has helped nurture category-defining startups across sectors. Please welcome Mr. Mandar Joshi.
Our next investor brings over 15 years of experience to India's early-stage startup ecosystem, with a background in consulting and financial services. He founded Lead Invest and has facilitated over 100 deals. Please welcome Mr. Sushanto Mitra.
Our next investor is the co-founder at Early Seed Ventures, providing mentorship for early-stage startups. He is a leading corporate and commercial lawyer who brings deep legal insight to every discussion. Please welcome Advocate Rahul Hingmire.
Dear audience, we are pleased to welcome the Vice Chairman of Jito Incubation and Innovation Foundation and Chief Happiness Officer at Botry, renowned for mentoring startups across TI Pune, Symbiosis TBI, and Amrita TBI. So please welcome Professor Bharat Oswal.
We were expecting Mr. Sanjay Mehta to join us today. However, due to unforeseen circumstances, he is unable to be present. His absence is unfortunate. However, we sincerely thank him for his willingness to be part of Pitchers Valley and for his continued support of student entrepreneurship. An ascent of this scale is never climbed alone. We proudly acknowledge Vivikta, our title sponsor, a forward-driven company championing innovation and entrepreneurial growth, playing a pivotal role in powering the spirit of Pune Startup Fest.
We also thank ONGC, India's energy giant with a legacy recognized by the Fortune and Forbes Global 500. We are pleased to acknowledge Imami and Ugao as our gifting partner, Clear Skin as our skincare partner, and Sherry as our celebration partner in this edition of Pitchers Valley.
We are delighted to announce that Grow Billion Trees, our sustainability implementation partner, will plant 80 trees on behalf of each investor present today.
We are profoundly grateful for your trust and support as sponsors. I would request our faculty advisor, Dr. P.S. Shinde, sir, to felicitate the dignitaries. Sir, please felicitate Mr. Mohit Gulati.
Next up, we have Mr. Mandar Joshi.
I request sir to felicitate Mr. Sushanto Mitra. And sir, please felicitate Professor Bharat Oswal. Thank you, sir. We thank you for your time, expertise, and continued support of emerging entrepreneurs throughout Pitchers Valley. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together to welcome our phenomenal investor panel. Pitchers Valley is where India's most promising startups meet leading investors on a national stage. The startups presenting today have been handpicked from a large count of applicants across sectors, making Pitchers Valley a highly selective and intensive pitching forum.
Where founders get 5 minutes to pitch not just a product, but a future. A warning bell will be rung at the 4-minute mark, and the final bell will be rung at the 5-minute mark.
Followed by 10 minutes of investor questions, where clarity and scalability will be rigorously tested.
A quick disclaimer before we begin. All investments and discussions during Pitchers Valley are soft commitments and subject to due diligence and formal agreements.
We request all our audience members to scan the QR code displayed in front of you. This voting will help us select the winner of the Launchpad, our startup expo spread across the campus that you surely walked through. The Launchpad features budding startups curated into different zones based on categories.
So cast your vote for your preferred startup from each category and be the jury to help us determine our zonal winners.
And yes, we haven't forgotten the Golden Quest, a special game for the participants already selected from various colleges seated amongst you. Those with the golden tickets, get ready for the quiz. Listen carefully and win the jackpot.
Buckle up, ladies and gentlemen. The ascent begins here. As with every climb, the path ahead grows steeper, the air grows thinner, and the decisions become more critical. With that, let us invite our first pioneer to begin their ascent. Starting with, we have a cultural innovator celebrating India's rich heritage through handcrafted souvenirs and gifts that narrate stories of science, mythology, and modern achievements. With over 400 artisans across 65 plus crafts, please welcome Indic Inspirations, led by Mr. Sunil Jalihar.
Good afternoon, everybody, and love to be here. So, let me start with the why, the how, and the what. Why are we doing this? After doing a lot of tech startups and my tech career, we thought we needed a fix for a lot of things that we have in India, but we had done nothing about. We've got millions of stories, but our souvenirs suck. Teda meda elephant or a bad quality Taj Mahal is our souvenir. We have the largest artisan pool in the country, but 2% of the souvenir market around the world. We've got people telling us that the lota is the most beautiful object in the world. Charles Eames, the American designer, told us that. Shunya, we never celebrated it. rupee symbol, we still write INR, RS, and so on. So we decided to fix this, and also it's a huge opportunity. It's more than a 10,000 crore opportunity with all the tourists, all the gifting, and so on that people do. So this is a picture of how our souvenirs suck. They don't have good packaging, bad quality, and so on. So it's a market ripe for disruption with the right kind of products, the right kind of packaging, and the right distribution. So how are we doing it? So we decided we'll work with young designers, engineers, artisans, and create new products that are of good quality, well packaged, and well distributed. By working with institutions of eminence that have a lot of the content, like a ISRO, like a Indian Railways, like the Tata Group, and so many others who have the stories already. So we bring in relevance for all the products that people want, bring in the quality, and narrate stories, be driven by stories. So what you see on the screen here is all our stories that never been told through objects. The story of ISRO through a board game, the story of ISRO through a die-cast model of the Chandrayaan Vikram lander, the same one interpreted by our crafts of Chandpatna, the story of the Trimurti, which is the basis of our civilization, and a whole museum around space that we developed for schools and corporates. Here are a couple of stories. We took the story of the Stitch ship, which is, you would have all read, that we just reached Oman. A recreation of the 4th century ship. We worked with the people who were designing the recreated ship and created the scale models, and we're the only guys who make it. So we created a whole collection called the Indian Ocean Collection, which narrates stories of our maritime history. We created a whole museum around India in space with 32 objects that are now installed in many schools and Manipal University and so on. We also had a craftsman, through a 300-year-old craft, create the same models with their craft. And we did the same with the Chandrayaan Vikram lander. So we are unique. We have a storytelling approach. We've got partnerships with the ISRO and Indian Railways, the National Institute of Design, Ahmedabad, and so on. And we are now present at Pune Airport. We had something at Bangalore Airport as well. They're redeveloping Terminal 1. And we have 2 experience centers, one in Pune and one in Bangalore. And we are now looking to grow this through an expansion of our distribution and develop a few more products and so on. Our customers love us. We've got eminent people who have backed our work, the common citizens, and a 4.9-star customer rating. And we now take this forward to take it to many more people in India and amongst the diaspora around the world, in the US, the UAE, and so on. So that's what we look at to grow our endeavor. Thank you. Yeah. Happy to take your questions. Yeah.
Your revenues and your projections a little bit.
Yeah. So we did about 3.2 crores last year, and we'll do about 4 crores this year, and we look to do 10 crores next year. Yeah. And our business is roughly 30% D2C online, another 30% which is through our phygital stores, airport and resellers and so on. And another 30% is B2B. We have done a lot of work for all the big brands in the country, helping them narrate the stories of their brand in unique ways. Yeah, with the arts and crafts and our artisanal engineering products.
Gross margin and EBITDA margin?
Yeah, so we are at 45 to 75% gross margins on our products because there is no comparison. People can't compare, where else you get what we do. Yeah, so we've maintained healthy gross margins. Yeah.
How much have you raised?
So we've raised about 6 crores earlier, and we are about 5 years old now. And so our last raise was about 2 years ago. Yeah, and we are now looking to raise money for marketing, for expanding our distribution and so on.
Hello, Sunilji.
Yeah.
If you remember, we had met in Jagruti
Absolutely,
Enterprise
yeah,
Center,
yeah.
Devriya, Shashank Mani's incubation.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. That was long time back, I think more than a year back.
Yeah, yeah.
Good to know your progress so far. Yeah. In here, I could read that there are 14 marquee investors already on the cap table.
Right.
If you can name a few of them.
Yeah,
And more
so-
important question
Yeah.
is how much is now with the investors and how much is still with you?
Yeah, absolutely. So some of our investors are, passionate people. Jerry Rao, who was Citibank CEO and founder of Emphasis and now an author and so on. Anand Deshpande's family, Persistent Systems, there are investors. Hari Vadlamani, the founder of Indica, is another investor. So our investors are spread across as angel investors, the US, Canada, UK, Singapore, and some in India as well.
And this is very similar to the Bombay store that we see on the airports?
Well,
Or is it
we
different?
think
How
it's
is it
very
different?
different because we are very story-based object creators, right? And applying artisanal engineering and working with the arts and crafts to create new products. What you see in Bombay store and many other places is the same old products. The Teda Meda elephant made a little better maybe, okay? So, but what we do is, all the stories, I'll give you one example. We went to Elephanta Caves, did a 3D scan of the Trimurti there, and recreated it in stone and, and in various sizes and so on. We did the same thing with the Indus bull that was created by the Hinduja group to honor the Mohenjo-daro civilization. So that's what we focus on. Or the whole space museum with 32 artifacts, working with ISRO's engineering drawings and converting them to artisanal objects.
So, see, culturally or spiritually, you're doing a fantastic job of telling stories from Indian, history or mythology and so on. But then the value for the company is only when the customer pays a premium over and above what they're paying at the Bombay store or the like. So how are your prices higher? What are customer responses? Does the customer really care for the stories by paying extra prices?
Yeah.
I think let's take a step back, right? Just want to try and understand the journey of the company, right? Because it's a little broken in my mind. You started about 5 years ago. You raised 6 crores for 30% dilution or more?
So we've diluted 30% so far.
Right, 30% dilution. So while I'm listening to a part of your story which seems really nice, there is still a lot of capital inefficiency I'm seeing at the back. So I want to try and understand, and this will exactly answer Mandar's question on what is the customer paying, what is the working capital cycle like, what are the retail margins? Because my sense is a lot of this revenue is actually coming in B2B or corporate gifting where your margins are really squeezed out. And because your cash conversion cycles are long, that's where it's getting funded by equity money. So that's the part of the business I want to understand because for us, you see, I think you've done a phenomenal job in selling the product. Right? It's a great product. I take your point. I will agree to disagree on whether elephant teda meda hai because I've gone to 40, 50 countries, right? Souvenirs everywhere are crap. Right. So it's not like ours is worse than theirs. I think Indian souvenirs are at par at what you get anywhere else. Everything made in China. Most of it is made in China. We'll come to that. Just want to understand your business from its granular details. I see all these logos, but how much are these logos paying and where is your money being made? That's the more important one.
Right.
And the Bombay store has our company's investment. So I don't think there are only Tera
Bombay store also keeps some of our products, but okay. So on D2C, yeah, our gross margins, like I said, are between 40 and 75%. Yeah, and on B2B business, it's between 30 and 40% that we make, and souvenirs being, you know, what same around the world is not quite true, is what we believe. Yeah, because we believe, I'll give you an example, you know, like everybody has, I mean, many people have a US flag on their fridge, okay, a fridge, like a fridge magnet. You don't get it easily in India, our own flag, right? Or we don't display the flag as much, right? Various cities, right? We don't, you know, put up souvenirs of those. So there is a huge number of stories in India that people are aware of, but they're not represented in the right types of objects. And people express themselves. People who like dance and music, for example, they want something around dance and music. Some people who like maths and science want something around, let's say, ISRO and its rockets and so on.
So, but in the interest of time, let's come back to the main point. आप तो, you know, you're in love with your storytelling, and you know, does the customer care for the storytelling by paying extra price to you compared to Bombay store? This is the basic question where your business
absolutely
will grow.
Okay. Yes, the passionate people and the customers who bought from us, they do pay the extra price, and they're even aware of it, that it is kind of higher than, let's say, a Bombay store and so on. And
also tied to Mohit's question, why the capital inefficiency then coming?
Actually, let's just do a revenue breakdown, right?
Yeah.
What percentage of your FY25 or FY26 numbers came from D2C?
Right. So, like I said, roughly 30, 30, 30. 30 was D2C online.
Okay, which is high gross margin, 65% gross margin.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. And then about 30% was the physical stores at the airports. Okay. There are, you know, outflow to for the revenue share and all was very high. So it worked more as a marketing thing. More people came to know about us and all of that.
But you'll also be
and then the B2B was...
In the physical store, you'll incurring rent, working capital, all of that, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. So it's like a revenue share, but with a minimum monthly guarantee. The big thing about being at the airport was that we were accepted as a brand. I mean, they're quite choosy. You know, other than the whole security clearance that you need to be at an airport, you need a brand clearance, which, you know, we got at the airport, even in an airport like Bangalore.
So again, coming back to the question, right, on margins.
Yeah.
Okay, what's your monthly burn?
So we're at about 10 lakhs burns right now.
On a revenue run rate of 30 odd lakhs.
That's right.
Right, so 30 lakh revenue run rate, which net gross margin would be about, sorry, that's a wrong word to say. Blended gross margin for that would be about 40%.
40, correct.
Right, so on a 30 lakh, you're making 40%, which is about 12 odd lakhs. And basis that, you have a net burn of 10 lakhs, which means your operational costs in totality about 22 odd lakhs.
Right.
On a 16-member team. How much is going into inventory, working capital?
Yeah, so a lot of the burn is what we are doing at the airports, right? The rents that we are paying. I mean, we were paying about 4.5 lakhs a month at Bangalore Airport, for example. Yeah, we pay about 3 lakhs a month at Pune Airport.
And a rev share.
Sorry?
You do rent and rev share.
Both. No. So it's a minimum monthly guarantee or a rev share, right? So whether you make that much revenue or not, you still pay that.
And how much is the cash in bank right now?
So right now we're just holding things, and you know, we've got about 10 lakhs in the bank or so, and we're making sure that, you know, we just hold it. We put in some more of our, you know,
which would mean your burn from 2020 to 2023 would have been substantially high. We're talking about 20-30 lakhs a month for you to have burned through 6 crores.
Yeah, a lot of the burn, yes, was in the last 1.5 years. When we set up the stores at the airports.
And how much receivable do you have? How much is your inventory turnaround time like?
So roughly our inventory is about 1.2 to 1.4 crores at any given point of time. Yeah. And I mean, we're trying to turn it around 4 times a year. Okay, but we are somewhere at, like 6 months right now.
I don't know, guys. I mean, I find capital efficiency very muted here.
Hello. Yeah. Sir, we have invested in Rare Planet earlier when they came on before Shark Tank. So our understanding of that market was it was a story of the company which was more to do with bringing artisans at a level where they can generate some handsome income rather than not getting paid for that. Is there any angle that you are working on that extensively because of which the artisans spread across India are also getting some benefit, and is there a plan that can go further so that the cost part is also being met? And second question, when we see a lot of government, departments or defense and all, have you managed to get into any kind of opportunities where governments are funding through their schemes and programs, or are you eligible for any of these activities? That can also take, because it's a wonderful product. I have bought your frames from Bombay store.
Okay.
Many of times. That's our gift item to go about it. And I'm pleased to see that you are working on those and that is getting displayed in Bombay store.
Right.
Quality is superb. So I'm your consumer that way in many ways. But price point is again little difficult. And I have a lot of foreign friends who travel to India and they are always eager to get something from India. For them, the imperfection is also an interesting thing to go about. So instead of calling the other, suppliers that they are doing teda meda, some people are also looking after that imperfection also when they buy something and take it with them.
Right.
So probably the positive sides are there, but if you can share some more on the programs and what are you having as a plan for artisans to go about, that can be also an appealing cause that others can feel to be part of your journey.
Right. So actually we ran a trust to help artisans before we started Indic Inspirations, right? After all my tech stuff and all, so we learned what artisans need, right? Literally what we heard from them is dhanda dilao, right? Not hamara nutrition ka, bachcho ka, वगैरह dhanda dilao types, right? So the new products that we introduce them to, so we take it right up to the prototype and have them develop and manufacture new products. So it's a new chunk of business that they get, number one. Number two, it's at the price, of course negotiated, but at the price that they want it, right? And then we, take it to market based on that, right? Without compromise on the materials used, on the artisanal process and the quality and so on. Yeah. So that's what we do to give you an example. Our folk painting artists, right, get almost about 20% more business because of us, right? The guys who do the paintings, right? They're almost individual artisans and so on, right? And similarly, the Chandpatna as a craft also gets, about say 10% more business because of us, and at actually premium prices because they are developing new products and doing it with new designs. They actually earn more than their normal things that they do. Yeah, okay. So we won the prize with the Maharashtra Innovation Society for the best culture startup, and we got a grant which helped us create that space museum, which we have now taken to 20 odd institutions. Okay, so we've availed of that, and we are working with the Tata Group, for example, Tata Sons, right? And we are creating a bunch of things around the Tata Group. We are also doing something around the IPL and WPL and so on. So those are also, kind of grants, that they do for the things that we create for them. So yes, and we've, of course, gone and cracked ISRO, for example, and, created a whole category of products that, through their support.
How many artisans are you supporting?
So about 400 artisans. We work with about 65 crafts, but you can say we work majorly with about 15 crafts across our products. and a little bit, with many of the other products. We touch anywhere from 5 people in a craft to about 50 people in a craft. Okay, like the wood crafts and metal crafts, it's more a community thing. So we touch between 25 and 50. With the folk painting type of artists, we touch a couple of families.
And so when you're looking at the artisans, how much revenue have they grown? Typically, what they were doing in the past and currently, how much growth have happened in them?
Yeah, so anywhere from 10 to about 25% of their revenue has, comes because of us. Because the new products that they do with us.
And what about CSR? How much does CSR is a part of this whole journey?
Sorry?
CSR.
Actually, so some of the gifting efforts, so L&T is our customer, for example. We did something around the Lota and Katori with the Chanpatna craft for them, right? So it came through their CSR, initiative, but was bought by the company. So it wasn't CSR funds, but it came through the CSR initiative, asking the company to support the artisans. No, we are a private limited company, so we cannot get donations. Yeah, but we can work. I'll give you an example. We want to run a mission called Mission 1024 to take that space museum to 1,000 plus schools in the country. That can be done with a CSR arm as their execution partner.
How many monuments in India are yet to be covered by you?
We have lots of them. I mean, we have covered only a few. We have covered things in Mumbai. We have covered things, around Mohenjo-daro, and so on. Oh, it's huge. I mean, every tourist destination needs these, relevant to that monument, that place, that state, and so on. Yeah.
And how much do you think technology?
You seem to mention ISRO a few times, right? I'm looking at your ISRO, the artifact that you're doing, which is at 4,000 rupees, the HRLVM, versus I'm looking at Smartivity, Imagimate, and all of these, which are between 300 to 600 rupees.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, I'm finding it very difficult to see where Bharat consumes. Bharat doesn't consume 4,000 rupee
We are not for the Bharat market. We are in the premium space.
Okay, so I take that point that you're in the premium space, which means less volume, less high value.
I'll tell you what we've learned. I understand what you're saying. See, what we've learned is just because a rocket is now 500 rupees, people are not going to buy it. People who like space technology and things like that, they're collectors or they like DIY stuff, technology and all, they buy it, okay? So, huge difference between Imagimake and us. You'll see Imagimake, the shape itself is not right, okay? And it's made of, MDF and things like that. We have die-cast our rockets. You just see the weight and everything, it's of a real rocket.
Which I agree. I'm not denying on the quality, right? All I'm saying is, there is no exclusivity that ISRO has given you.
No.
ISRO is willing to work with any partner who gives it from 200 rupees to 20,000 rupees. It doesn't matter to them. A lot of these names, there's no exclusivity around it, right? All I'm saying is, A, the value that you're seeking from your end customer, and coming back to Mandar's question, I have to be a die-hard rocket lover to buy this 4,000 rupee
Exactly,
rocket.
that was my question.
Even get, started with the world of rockets at 300 rupees, right? At 300 rupees or 400 rupees, I'm willing to take a risk. At 4,000 rupees, I'm invested, like firmly invested in this category. And then coming back to the numbers, right? I'm not convinced on capital efficiency or, while you've been able to raise money from a clutch of angels who honestly have probably given money on the basis of a great pitch. Yeah. You're a great sales guy. But is this a VC business? I don't see it.
Yeah. Capital efficiency hasn't been good. And a lot of it has been the fail-fast thing that we've gone through, right? We've tried being at airport, we've tried this thing, we've tried developing new products and so on. Now there is a direction and we have to focus on the marketing, sales around B2B and distribution through a franchisee program and so on. So absolutely, that's the path. Yeah?
So, sir, I think let's go to the conclusion because I think we have... I'll tell my thing and then, everybody will share, right? I'm not going to invest. I did not get the idea of one, capital efficiency कि इतना पैसा बंद कैसे हो गया, and the second is the customer paying this premium price as much as you are passionate about it. This is two questions I have. What I can do for you is, to me, this is not, so 65% margins if you are doing in D2C. I think your business model is B2B bulk orders, like आपने बोला ITCI, LNT, okay, or D2C for diehard fans, you know, who can pay 10x, 5x the price, okay. What I can do is, I'm not sure if you are sending to Middle East, I can connect you with a couple of supermarket, hypermarket owners in Dubai, Abu Dhabi, Riyadh, Saudi, you know, and a few websites who sell online, you know, like platforms like Noon and so on.
Sure.
And then if you are successful, we will share the margins, okay?
Sure.
But they have to like the product. I'm not.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So I'll do my bit.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Okay, yeah.
Hello. Yeah. Sir, firstly, congratulations. You've been at a journey which requires a lot of hard work and efforts and to bring a lot of people together.
Thank you.
Very proud to see many of our stuff which is relevant for our next generation to know also. It's been covered. As a decision due to conflict, because we are invested in Rare Planet, that is one thing. And second, Sir and I were also discussing on this. Probably more government-centric approach if is adopted, because from there you can get more validation and more spread across India. And India is a big country, many states, many governments, many monuments, and every state is coming out with their own tourism initiatives. So probably you have a great scope there to work around, and I'm sure you're at it. But all I can say is all the best for now, and looking forward to seeing your more stores all across airports, not just in India, outside India as well. All the best.
Thank you.
So I also like to pass for now. Yeah.
See, as a story, everything is fine. But eventually, when it comes to business, it has to be something which is investable and scalable. Scalability is somehow, I think so, is a missing factor. Because there are too many elements into it. Like if you compare with a brand like a Fool, right, which remain into a category, scaled it up, take it to the next level, things are very different, right? And as we were discussing, it's mostly B2B or B2G, not B2C, right? Because when you're looking at the gifting or the merchandising space, if you go to any part of the country, there are alternates available for everything.
Right.
Quality, usually when it comes to those aspects, are not taken care, except for a few. So that is one of the reasons I would take a pass. Thank you.
I'll quickly summarize this, right? I think you're onto something very interesting, right? But you don't know how to do this. You're very bad at finance, and that's clearly shown in your numbers. We just did a pre-IPO round in ShipRocket, and ShipRocket has 200,000 small sellers across the length and breadth of the country. There's a soap guy from Pune who does 800 crores worth of D2C selling soaps, not funded by venture capital. So there is demand. Across every category in India, there is demand. It's about how you go out and tell your story in a frugal way and get that, get the order matching done. I will today pass, but I'm going to keep an eye out for you because I think you're going to be available to me at a cheaper price, which means because of the mistakes of your past, you will be forced to do a down round. That's when I will do a conversation with you, not today.
Okay. Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you for presenting your idea today. The panel's discussion has highlighted useful learnings for the next stage of development.
Ladies and gentlemen, here is a startup revolutionizing industrial IoT and automation through cutting-edge embedded systems, custom hardware, and end-to-end manufacturing solutions. From Pune, this startup is making tech accessible for industries worldwide. So please welcome Voyant Systems, founded by Mr. Hemraj Bendre.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, esteemed partners. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, esteemed partners and distinguished guests. We are presenting Voyant Systems Private Limited today on this page. Next. Next. Yeah. Over the last 2 decades, India is experiencing exponential growth in industrial, all industries, and all industries are growing at a good speed, but there are challenges of efficiency, costs, and competitiveness across the globe. Government is also supporting the manufacturing and the growth of all the sectors. So this is the time it is required to optimize the efficiencies and cost structures, and also the environmental criteria, environmental sustenance. So we are working on the enabling of all these problems for the industries. Our solution, next, previous. Yeah. Our solution basically is focused on emission reduction for DG sets and various polluting industries through regulatory compliance. We do the monitoring solutions and also control of the equipments. We also work for wastewater management and monitoring of that, control of that, energy monitoring, and preventive maintenance of industrial automation and IoT. Next. So our current focus area is spanned across three areas. That first is the RECD controller. We are working with multiple customers and partners who are RECD OEMs. We are doing the control electronics parts for them. We are covering different technologies for the RECD, including catalytic pollution filtering, and then DeNOx SCR filtering, electrostatic precipitation filtering, and also dual fuel kit approach. We have customized controllers for all these technologies, and we are working closely with multiple customers for this. In second line, we are working on wastewater management customers. For that, we have developed specialized controllers and sensors to monitor and control zero discharge of the polluting water. Third thing is we are working on IoT-based energy monitoring. Energy is a very important component for all industries. That is the biggest cost factor also. So we are working on an energy monitoring solution which includes smart meters and sub-meters.
Broadly, this is you only have, I think, a minute left. Just tell us about your current
Okay.
run rate.
Yeah. Next. So journey so far is our products. We have developed this line of products so far, which are already field tested and working on field as of now, and we have already proven that reliability and complete technology for all these products. Market opportunity for the TAM for RECD controller is $2.3 billion, and we are aspiring to have the share of even 2% also. It will be 100 CR for next 5 years, over the 5 years. Similarly, for all these fields, We have the plans for having the market focus for almost 50 CR, and in 3 years we are planning to achieve 25 CR. So this is the roadmap. We want to add more products and also our own SaaS platform, revenue and team growth, and for partnerships. This is our roadmap for the next 3 to 5 years. Next.
I think वेळ संपली आहे तुमची.
I think just put up your last slide. How much are you raising? What are you?
So that is the last slide actually. Yeah, next. Yeah. So our current status is that we have already done complete bootstrap mode and developed a good amount of products and proven the products on field. Now the so far strategy was completely customer driven. Going further, we are planning to make a strategy of our own products. Already we have a good homework done on that, and already development has started. So now for going further, we want to do strategy-based products without compromising on the customer focus what we have already for these products. So for this next level of growth, we are looking for the funding, and this is our rough division of the fund allocation for different activities.
So, sorry, just one or two questions from my side. What seems like is that you were a customized engineering company which has now gotten into product.
Yeah.
I have only one main question for your FY25 or even FY26 revenues. How much of the revenue percentage came from custom solutions versus direct products that you make?
So far, it is all custom products. Currently,
Yeah, so that's where my problem comes from. When you're doing custom products, scalability is limited. Margins might be higher, but turnaround times are far slower.
Right.
It takes 2, 3, 5, 6 months to understand, develop, build, deliver, all of that.
Okay.
If you have to build a business which is going to attract external capital, move away from customized products, move more towards generic, one size fits all. I saw a use case for diesel generators where you're saying it's a retrofit product. You know Kirloskar is the largest diesel generator manufacturer. If you can do products which are directly plug and play fit there, RDI, which is the government of India's new initiative for exactly manufacturing companies like you, there's 1 lakh crore waiting for people like you. Trust me, you have no idea how attractive you will become in the next few years. All you need to do is get your act together in terms of how you're pitching this. Less customization, more product-based thing, you'll be able to get capital. But at this stage, this is not a VC business for us, so I'm going to sit out this one. But that's my limited take. Thanks.
Yeah. Basically, the good questions that you ask. This is just us to start with the limited team size and high margins that we want. That's what we have started with this customized solutions. And basically, we got these themes like, RECD, emission control, and green energy, water management systems, and those verticals that we have. But the baseline as a technological part, if you're saying, this has huge markets that we have not done yet standardized. But we have a plan to make it standardized, and how to make standardized that we know. Because we both are from industry, like 30 plus experience from MNC companies, then we started just 2 years back this.
We have started partnerships with various customers now, and already we have this product. There is our partner company. They have developed this. We have developed electronics and software part of this, but the product is owned by our partners. This product is targeted for sports athletic performance measurement at a very early stage to identify the skill sets in the athletics and various sports. And this product was already presented to the sports event last month, organized by sports minister. This product was presented to the sports minister actually, and this is expected to grow, take it further. The same that company is also available present here in this event. Yesterday they had a communication with some investor. Bottom line is this, we have already started this approach of diversifying into these kind of products with various partnerships and collaborations.
Are there any specific categories which you're focusing or say industries?
Our category focus is basically IoT and industry.
IoT again, it's a very big industry. Any specific segments like defense, power, as you said, sports?
Yeah, this is sports, and our main focus is basically compliance-oriented industries, where pollution or water waste management and regulatory aspects are involved.
But then in that case, you're selling it to somebody like an OEM, typically, right? He's going to system integrate, right? Correct?
Right.
It's going to go to a system integrator.
Yeah.
Your product, right? So let's assume if it's going to an HTP plant, example,
Right.
or a biomining for that matter, right? You'll have to sell it to them.
That goes through system integrators, yes.
System integrator, right?
Yeah.
So the system integrator, again, it's the government, typically, right? You're bidding for the government, right? And that has to be sold to them. That's how the whole volume will come.
Right.
Correct?
Yeah. But we're planning to make those products for open market in the sense they will be readily available without any customization requirements further.
But then
now what will happen, this is just the start, that is a customize. But over the period, it will become a very standard specifications in the markets. And now we are doing our configurations that can be done user friendly. So these products can be marketed in the applications of 10 applications, less than hundreds of applications by doing configurations on site by the system integrators. So we are going towards that level as a standardizations.
So you're talking about the data logger, right?
Yes.
It's a data logger as a PLC, we can say HMI. All three products is there. So now the inputs, outputs are configured for the specific to the RECD controllers.
What in terms of the competition? Competition on the same.
Yeah, it is very clear that there is a good competition, but we have a very specific approach of differentiating a product technology-wise. We have seen the competition mostly, there is a mix of some import-oriented products.
Because right from say, Mitsubishi to a Mesen, for that matter, if I'm...
No, Mitsubishi, if you are saying it's an industrial automation, basically, maybe, and they are in various sectors, like products is same. Yeah. Actually, Mitsubishi is also our customers. They take some customized products from us and sell in the market. Right?
But
because they use their, what you can say, the overheads is very large. They cannot compete in Indian markets.
The differentiating
There is
factor
some
is cost, actually.
segment where we are focusing, where the Mitsubishi cannot compete.
Yeah. Our differentiation is in the cost and the technical edge and make in India, basically. We are completely developed and manufactured in India. So this MNC, we have a certain, huge cost advantage for that. Our products are almost at par with the technology value.
So on the water side specifically, one of the sustainable development goal is to do with water, number 6. And we are very actively looking into water technology related space. And we are working with filtration, we are working with those who are doing AI solutions to kind of control the filtration procedures remotely. Now, when I see your product, is it doing the same thing about waste management? Means you need to filter it before it can be released again back in common collection points, right?
Yeah.
So I think AI technology has brought in a lot of solutions, and now, as Sir said, it is going to OEMs, and they are giving them as a additional value that they can add for their customers ultimately. So I think manufacturers of the large-scale products are already bringing these technologies in their list of offerings that they are selling their product with. In that segment, if you are aiming for compliance-centric, industry, which is heavy, like for example, textile, heavy water usage, and then filtration is required before it can be released. So their suppliers are already bringing this. So your competition has already started working on this side. Are you going to still continue to compete with them, or are you going to supply it to the manufacturers then? the filtration part, if I have to specifically ask about water waste management part?
We'll be working with manufacturers and system integrators both, but our products, we want to make it readily deployable. That is one thing, because we know all the intricacies of the requirements now.
Is it one-time product deployment?
No, there will be continuous development also. But yeah, again, there may be some changes, but that is in this technology, the continuous developments is going to happen. But customization requirements, as Sir said, it takes the lag in the business development.
Correct.
So that we want to eliminate.
So I want to give my conclusion also. I find some interest in this, and I want to take this further in discussions with you both, because you mentioned you bring experience of the industry also. We have committee experts who are looking into technology of this nature, which are to do with industrial compliance part to go with. I'd like to evaluate this with them so that they can also see its product fit in the segment to go about.
Yeah,
Thanks.
Thank you, sir.
So I feel that you probably need to focus on a particular area, instead of being, in all trades, and build around that rather than, maybe not right now. As you go forward, you need to focus on one. Otherwise, competition will be, anyway it's in a competitive space, so you probably need to focus and be known for that rather than, and then become a scalable company.
So thank you. आपको कुछ टेंशन आया क्या while pitching?
No, time.
Or maybe your first time pitching?
Yeah, first time only. But I think the time, I was
Time की वजह से, हाँ. So आइंदा टेंशन मत लेना.
नहीं.
ठीक
I
है.
was not able to track the time, I think. Yeah.
So he is interested, and उनकी थोड़ी सी मदद आप mentoring में भी ले लेना. You need a little bit of mentoring on how to pitch for investments. So वो भी help करेंगे.
Yeah, sure.
Apart from that, I'm not going to invest here, even if they said 100 unicorns, VC fund and so on, but I'm coming here in my personal capacity as an angel investor. These products, one is very industry specific. Second is, as Mohit mentioned, there is a lot of lag, so very difficult to scale up, unless a huge amount is invested. You need a larger team than, whatever small team you have today. So it's a very long-term business to grow. It's not a 3 or 5 years business where I can, multiply 2x, 3x, 5x, 10x and exit, right? So that's why I'm out today. But whatever other help you require, I'm from Pune. I'm also Maharashtrian. Next time मैं आपको audience में भी बता देता हूँ कि अगर आप में से कोई startup founder है and you've got problem in pitching, maybe English is a problem. आप हिंदी में pitch कीजिए. अभी वो टैबू नहीं रहा है कि इंग्लिश में पिच किया तो अच्छा रहेगा, नहीं. आप हिंदी में पिच कीजिए. Whichever language you are comfortable with, you should pitch. At the end of the day, you should get investors in, right? वो trust build होना चाहिए.
Right.
All the best to you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Investment committee's confirmation, but I like to see how they look at it. Yes.
Yes. Thank you.
Hello.
We just witnessed our first check of this edition of Pitchers Valley being signed today.
Congratulations to this team on this milestone. Thank you to the panel for their confidence and support.
Up next, let us meet an agrotech startup, transforming farming with affordable hydroponic automation, climate-controlled polyhouses, and smart farm consolidation. They are making controlled climate agriculture viable for Indian masses, while boosting efficiency across over 2 lakh greenhouses. Please welcome Growog Private Limited, led by Sanket Javani.
Hi, sir. Good afternoon. Hello. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Sanket Jivne. I'm the co-founder of Growog Private Limited. So, agriculture today is expected to deliver high yields, better quality, and predictable outcomes while facing climate uncertainty, rising input costs, and labor shortages. The use of technology in agriculture is no longer optional. It is the need of the hour if we want to make agriculture predictable, profitable, and scalable. At Growog, we integrate agriculture with technology to empower farmers and make farming economically viable and scalable. Our vision is to bridge the gap between traditional farming and modern agriculture while focusing on economics and efficiency. Growog was incorporated in October 2023 with a strong focus on R&D, where COEP Technological University has been helping us for the past 3 years. Growog is built by a team that combines agriculture, technology, and execution. I handle service and operations in the company with a prior background in finance and manufacturing. My co-founders bring a deep expertise in enterprise SaaS sales, marketing, analytics, IoT, and large-scale system engineering. Together, we have developed a diverse team which brings a lot of skill sets in executing all our projects that I'll come in the next few slides. Today, farms generate a lot of data, but very little translates to actions. The key challenges here are lack of precision, lack of decision-making intelligence in the farm, and poor linkages between farm operations and economics. As a result, yield, quality, and profitability remain unpredictable. While data generation is happening, very few players focus on affordable solutions, actionable real-time decisions, and automation that farmers can really adopt. This is the gap where Growog addresses the problem. At Growog, we convert data into actions. Our platform enables automation and ERP, along with demand-based crop planning services, inventory and economics optimization, quality standardization, and crop and process scalability. This transforms farms from reactive operations to predictable systems. We have integrated basically two tight layers. One is the Grow Easy, that is the hardware, along with automation, along with Grow OS, which is basically an operating system for farm that connects to hardware, collects a lot of data, manages automation, and helps the controller in decision making based on the data that are generated through the sensors. Our solution basically controls irrigation, fertigation, climate control, along with wireless soil, climate, nutrient, and weather sensors. The technology behind the whole solution is LoRaWAN enabled. It helps us connect thousands of devices wirelessly to our gateway, which we can scale to hundreds and thousands of hectares at once simultaneously, and all the sensors will be working in synchronous, and all the actions would be happening in real-time basis. The next step for us is focus on affordability of the technology and integrating AI, since we are collecting a lot of data. On the affordability side, we are building, we have recently launched a smaller version in Kisan Expo last month. Which is 1/5 of the original controller. And we are also coming up with cellular and LoRaWAN versions for easy scaling. On the AI side, we are working on image sensor-based disease detection inside the farms, LLM-powered video analysis via CCTV, plant stress deficiency and growth predictions, and yield and irrigation forecasting. In the interest of time, I'll just skip the product roadmap. So why now? The government is currently giving 50% subsidies on automations, and there is a strong policy push from the government itself. The market itself has been growing for about 20 to 24% CAGR for the past 5 years, and there is definitely an urgent need of automation and data monitoring solutions in the Indian agriculture scenario. So we are guided by industry leaders, and our products is research backed through collaborations with High Media Laboratories, COEP Technological University, and KVK Baramati. Guided by industry leaders with decades of experience in biotechnology, electronics manufacturing, venture capital, and agri investments, and large-scale enterprise operations. This strengthens both our technology depth and commercial strategy. So I'd like to showcase a few milestones that we have covered. Can you please move to the next slide? This was one of the first projects that we did. It's a Indo-Israel indoor farming project within a shipping container. These guys are growing mainly leafy greens and herbs within that container. So this project has been operational for the past 2 years, and it's still running. If you visit Bandra Recreational Center, you can see that container there itself. Can you go to the next slide, please? So we have also worked with the KVK Baramati. This project was implemented about 1.5 years ago. So one polyhouse has about 11 different isolated hydroponic systems, and everything is working in real time in tandem with each other through the sensor data that we are collecting. Next slide, please. So we have also done a project for Reliance in Jamnagar. It's about 6.5 acres open field area for production of Napier grass, through which they are generating biogas production. And we are expecting to get another bigger project in the next financial year from Reliance itself. Next slide, please. So we have also worked with Sahyadri Farms. Many of you guys in Maharashtra might know this name, and we are also expecting a few more orders from Sahyadri Farms in the next few months. And on a closing note, if I'd like to close, if farming has to feed the future, technology must empower the farmers, and Growog is here to make that happen. Thanks.
Thank you, thank you. How much you are raising? What valuation you are proposing? Now these projects are okay, but I mean, because in the interest of time, let me ask 3-4 questions. But what is the value per project, or what is the total value that you have generated? Not for the contract, but also for actual invoices done and payments received, because contracts you can sign and they are like, very long-term contracts. So how much is already happening?
So lifetime revenue we've had for the past 3 years is about 3.54 odd crores. And we are looking to raise about $2.5 million. Valuation, that is something I'd like to discuss with you. But I can tell you one thing, we did our last fundraise at a valuation of about 27 crores. We already have one angel investor on board. He's the director of High Media Laboratories. It's a 50-year-old biotech company, and he's been invested in us in his personal capacity for the past 2 years.
And you are alone?
I have 2 founders. Actually, we are about to close our first international order in UAE. Both my partners are there for the installation work. Probably by Wednesday, we'll be finishing the installation and our first export order.
But tell me something, you are still in the starting phase. So yes. Taking one in Ahmedabad, somewhere, Jamnagar, taking one in UAE, taking 2 orders here, is it efficient?
Yes, definitely.
Of course, you will grow internationally, but is it efficient at such an early stage?
Yes, definitely. So we have a provisional patent on our product, and it's basically a modular, scalable kind of a system. Even if the customer, since farms are running 24 hours every day, so we cannot send it back.
So my question is it efficient for you to implement the projects all across and travel and then monitor and so on?
Definitely. For our export orders, our gross margin is about 350-400%. EBITDA is about
my question is not on that margin. My question is, you're a small team.
Yes.
So logistically, is it efficient to go to UAE now, 2 out of 3 go to UAE, implement a project, come back by the time you get some order in Gujarat, some order here?
Definitely it is.
How do you manage all this? This is my question. Efficiency not in terms of margins, efficiency in terms of your efforts, your time. No, your efforts.
Definitely, because the order that I'm talking about in the UAE, we have received about 50% advance earlier, and the time to implement this order was about 30 to 45 odd days. So we for the first 30 days we were kind of procuring all the components that we needed, integrating it with our platform, and installation takes hardly 4 to 5 days. That's the reason my partners are on ground for installation.
Sangeet, could you just give a little bit of your background?
So I'm a mechanical engineer. I've done my engineering from MIT WPU and MBA in finance and economics.
And what made you go to this space? What year did you start?
2021, we kind of thought about we wanted to enter this space. So I'll just backtrack a bit. After my MBA, I joined HDFC Bank, and I did my MBA from IIM Kashipur, wherein I was a member of entrepreneurship cell in IIM Kashipur, and we got the opportunity to establish the incubation center that IIM Kashipur has. During those 2 years, I was able to interact with a lot of agri-tech startups across India, and that's where we identified that integration of technology with traditional agriculture is a necessity in India right now, and not many players are working on it with a holistic picture in mind.
I'm actually a little conflicted to even see this pitch because I'm an early investor in Fasal,
Yes.
which is a direct competitor,
Yes.
much larger competitor to
Yes.
you, right? My only suggestion to you, is the KVKs of the world, we've all run behind them. Fasal's also been there,
Yes.
right? There's no revenue recognition that comes for
Absolutely.
many months. It's a waste of your time.
Yes.
Farmer adoption is something which takes its while to sort of get to.
Definitely.
Are all farms in horticulture, we are one of the largest at Fasal. We have about
Yes.
6,000 deployments. But pulses, staples, we've not even gotten there. I think you use a different protocol from us. We use BLE, you're using CAN,
Yes.
right? So there's a difference in
Yes.
the protocol. The space from the outside looks great. The implementation, actually, Mandar asked a very pertinent question with regards to founder bandwidth, right? Doing all these foreign, we've also done it in Israel, and we did something in Italy on the,
Yes.
for the wine orchards and all that.
Yes.
It's all great to, show the world, but on ground, it's a logistical nightmare. Deployment is one part, post-deployment, maintenance,
Definitely.
operations, it's a
Definitely,
nightmare.
yes.
I don't know where this space goes, right? Because it's constantly evolving at Fasal, we are building it out. Sensor costs are going up. That's one of the
Yes.
biggest problems to start with. Thereby, your device costs are going up.
Very true.
I don't know, what's your device priced at? 20,000, 30,000?
No. So the controller that we have that manages about 20 to 20 acres at once is about 2.5, 3 lakhs.
So you've already lost the game there, right? You have to
So
get that
we
device
have
cost low.
onboarded a lot of institutional users. So our focus on individual farmers comes at a later stage because we are very invested in the technology and we want to make the technology affordable for the users that are in the agricultural landscape. So our focus currently is the institutional buyers, institutions like Sahyadri, Reliance, and big names who can basically scale our products, and then probably within a year or two, we can make that technology affordable for a marginal farmer as well. So that's where we want to raise funds.
Okay, I'm going to keep an eye. Like I said, direct conflict. We make the same
Definitely.
sensors. We make the same.
I think we can definitely collaborate with.
But if there's a
Fasal.
collaboration, happy to make that
Yes. Yes.
introduction with Fasal.
Because there's
team.
one more company called Philo. I think
Yeah, I know Philo very
Sanjay
well. Yeah,
Mehta sir is not here.
But I
We
know
are-
Philo because Dhanuka Agri is invested in Philo, so I know
Okay.
them also.
No, but we are in talks with Philo to collaborate on one project.
Happy to do it with Fasal for sure.
Yes. Thanks a lot, sir.
You mentioned Sahyadri Farms.
Yes.
So when your product is to be given to someone like an operator or contract farming company or like associations like Sahyadri Farms who
Yes.
are farmer produce association, to them it can be a great offering to go about. But when you are in the initial period and the offerings that you are showing are more heavy on operations,
Yes.
wherein other names and buyer, I was studying the buyer as a group which is into somewhat similar space, but they are more into analytics and giving information to go about because
Yes.
that's asset light and that's less on deployment and no literal hardware,
Definitely.
installations and all to go about it. That can grow much faster to go about. So do you see in future you're going to kind of find your operations heavy model reducing and going into analytics?
Absolutely, that is exactly what we are working on currently. And analytics is something that we've started working on in the past 3 months. And we are looking to launch 2 new products, service-related products, analytics products on our ERP by March end, by this financial year end.
So I think then that should be the drive, and in that direction it should move faster,
Definitely,
because
but we are collecting a lot of data because we want the accuracy of that analytics to be very on the higher side. Currently, we are facing about 70-80% accuracy with the data that we have, and our focus is to collect more data and fine-tune our algorithms so that we can offer better services.
Okay. And any kind of collaboration like what Sir also said
Yes.
about Fasal or Bayer, these kind of collaborations, do you think you will get access to that data then easily?
Definitely.
I think that should be a way, because if you're sitting with a ready product for hardware side of it,
Yes.
and they're sitting on data,
Yes.
that should be a faster game for you than doing everything on your own.
That's exactly what we are. There's a company called GRAI, and we are
Yes.
collaborating with GRAI on one of our projects.
Okay. And 3 years, 3.5 CR revenue that you made.
Yes.
Again, Sir and I were discussing, is it one-time deployment cost that get you larger share
Also
of that
subscription.
What is the, I read 800 to 3,500 USD is a subscription per farm.
Yes.
What is the minimum size to maximum size that
So
you're
in
covering?
India, for open field, per acre, we charge about 18,000 rupees per year, annually.
Per year, no?
Per year. And for polyhouses, we charge about 25,000 rupees per year for one polyhouse.
Okay. I think it looks interesting, but again, operations heavy, a lot of
Definitely.
hardware to be installed, and farms generally have a lot of electricity cottage and all, and if you have to start operating their farms in terms of pumping the water and everything in timely manner, lot of other infrastructure needs to be in place to go about
Absolutely
it.
true, sir. There's a lot of electricity issues at farm. That's the reason all our components are also compatible with solar panels. We can give energy to all our components through solar panels as well.
Any farm which is fully functional in that sense for more than 2 years? You started 3 years back, 2 or 1 year?
So KVK Baramati, the container that is functional for 2 years, KVK Baramati is functional for 2 years.
And their yield has remained same or increased?
Yes, definitely.
Is it increased or remained the same?
About 20 to 30% increase in yield, about 10 to 15% decrease in the costs, input costs that are happening, and yeah, that's all. Yeah, thank you. Yes. Actually, we had discussions with Sudhanshu and Siryog, so we are in talks with them currently. Thanks a lot, sir.
How you move from this project basis to sort of business model needs to, I feel, needs to evolve, because
Yes.
you probably need partners sitting in other parts of India or the world
Definitely.
to go ahead and implement it and execute it, whereas you focus on the, the software, the analytics, and the other part. So that has to happen.
Absolutely.
Then you will, you could potentially grow very fast. Thank you.
See, I feel it's more like a distributor-driven model.
Yes.
And in India, when you're talking about at least the agri space, whosoever has got into that space, got into data, have not been that successful up till now, right? So there's a company say in Pune by the name EcoZen.
Yes.
They're into cold chain storage. So they make cold chain storage and they have solar water pumps.
Yes.
But today the solar water pumps does 95% of the business.
True.
And the cold chain storage is hardly 5%. There are too many inefficiencies in the Indian market. Everybody talks about data, everybody talks about AI, and everybody is talking about that. But eventually it is about adaptability, it is about scalability, where there is a big issue, at least in Indian context.
Yes, yes.
And when it comes to farming, it's usually the subsidy part which we talk about.
Yes.
And everybody knows when the subsidy comes.
Yes.
Lot of commitments are there. even for that matter, say solar water pumps. A lot of money has been stuck since last 1 year because most of them have gone to other schemes which are there. So unless and until you're working with a contract farming or probably these bigger brands,
Raise, then you'll be diluting substantially then.
The growth is something that we don't want to miss out on.
Okay. Okay. No, just wanted to check if there is a big jump.
Depends on the discussions, but growth is our priority right now.
Oh,
He didn't say anything about how much I will dilute. He said how much money I want.
that he has kept as a separate conversation.
Yes.
We'll check on that.
Yes.
But great product, I think. Great thing that you are at.
Thanks,
Congratulations.
sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone, for this opportunity.
one sec, I'll just add few points. This product can go internationally much better, particularly in Africa.
Yes.
Because the land size are huge.
It's bigger.
India, the land size again is a problem.
True.
So the better opportunity one is market scalability and how do you manage your operations, that's what will decide.
Definitely.
Because India is diverse, first of all.
Let me just take a minute to conclude, sort of, okay?
Sure.
And I'm talking to all the audience because there are students who will be, who are maybe thinking of a startup idea and so on. What happens is in the initial days or months, like you are, very early stage, you get too excited. एक order USA आ रहा है, 40% margin है, advance भी दे दिया, so, and then you diversify yourself too much. You spread too thin. ये होता है, सभी के लिए होता है. One. Secondly, as everybody is saying, and I also said in the beginning, it's a very operations heavy thing that you are trying to do.
Yes.
So you're putting yourself into an operational nightmare yourself with the logistics of international coming, going and so on with a small team.
True.
Okay. I'm happy to invest probably a crore plus minus in my capacity. But we have to tweak the model more to, consolidate the model first, make it more efficient. Again, not efficient money-wise, efficient efforts-wise,
Okay.
efficient time-wise.
Sure.
Okay. And then we will see how it goes.
Perfect.
Yeah, but at the same time, you have
Happy
not
for-
told me how much you will dilute, and I don't know how much is the valuation, but that is another discussion.
for
But
another
I'm
day.
very, very interested in going forward.
Thanks a lot, sir.
Thank you so
Open
much.
to any suggestions that you have.
The check is coming out.
Sure.
Madar sign. Madar blank check, huh?
Thanks a lot, sir. Yes, absolutely. Thanks a lot, sir. Nice meeting you. Yes, thank you. I'll take this with me. Do I take this home?
Dear audience, we just witnessed the second chunk of this edition of Pitchers Valley being signed. A significant moment for the team. Congratulations. And thank you to the panel for backing this journey.
Next up, a robotics trailblazer delivering affordable, desktop-friendly robotic arms and automation solutions for industry, research, and AI applications. Please welcome Kikobort Robotics, founded by Mr. Raghvendra Sutar.
So, hi everyone, good afternoon. So, I'm Raghvendra Sutar, founder at Kikobort Robotics. So, by education, I'm a mechatronics engineer. I've completed my graduation in mechatronics engineering. So, as we all know, India is growing rapidly into manufacturing sector. And according to some reports, still the automation in manufacturing is very low in India. So there are only 7 robots per 10,000 workers versus the global average is 141 robots per 10,000 workers. So it's just a robot density that according to the reports. This means most of the factories and labs are using a low automation. This is because the industrial and collaborative robots are becoming more expensive, and the tooling, after the tooling cost, the system integration cost, the overall automation cost is will go 2-3 times the robot price. So this level of cost, which is thoda difficult for SMEs and research labs, so that they cannot afford. So at Kikobort Robotics, we design and manufacture affordable and modular industrial, commercial, and educational robots, which includes the collaborative robotic arms, the 6-axis arms, Delta robots, and gantry systems, all engineered and designed by us here in Pune only, in-house. Our next slide, please. Okay, so so these are our robot portfolio till now. We have Kikobort C1, C2, and D1, that is Delta robot. So these robots are for research, education, and purely for engineers, those who want to do some hands-on learning and some applications they want to perform. And Kikobort CI series is our upcoming series of our industrial cobots. So we are building actuators for that. And coming to industrial Delta robot, we have already built a Delta robot for industrial applications, and we are doing pilots of it. Next slide, please. Yeah. So the hardware is not just alone. We are building our studio softwares so that are to control our robots. So this is also designed and developed by us only. And then we have Kikobort Robotics platform. So it's a IIoT-based platform to do digital twin, to remote teleoperation our robots. And any robots can be interfaced with this platform. We just need some URDF kind of robot file. And also our small robot supports some AI integrations as well, like Google AI Studio, some imitation learning, and NVIDIA and ROS2 Isaac platforms. Okay, so yeah, so industrial robotics market is growing rapidly, and it's already a 5,000 crore plus market. And still, the SMEs and research institutes forming a large underserved market in this sector, and they are not able to adopt existing solutions due to cost and some complexities over there. Next, please. Next. Next. Okay. So coming to the traction we got. So we started our journey in June 2024. So in our from that time we started sales. So we have D2C channel partners. We are live on Robo, Think Robotics, Tindi marketplace, and we have few clients that are different from different institutes like IITs, engineering colleges, defense institutes. Next, please. Next. Okay, so we sell our robots to our distribution partners via e-commerce sites, and then we do expos through our digital marketing to sell our robots. And we also sell our robots from our own site as well. Next, please. Yeah, so we started sales in end of 2024. So in foundation year, FY 2024, we sold about 3 robots, and we made a revenue of 1 lakh rupees. And in FY 2025, we sold 30 plus robotic arms that are like our C1 and D1 robotic arms, educational arms. And from that, we made revenue of 20 lakh rupees. Next. Okay, so our projection for 2026, our target is 50 lakhs revenue from our C1 and D1 arms that are educational arms, and our expected revenue in 2027 is 1.2 crores when our industrial robots will be in market, and we completed that pilot thing. So this 2026 target, I think we will achieve early because 2026 बहुत अच्छा गया हमारे लिए. We sold almost 6 lakhs के robots in this month only. Next, yeah. So we are raising 1.8 crore funds for 10% equity stake in our company to scale our industrial robots का research. हमारे जो C1, D1, ये C2 जो भी robots है अभी commercial and educational wise इनका production करना है हमें and थोड़ा GTM strategy पे भी work करना है. Thank you.
Keeping time in mind, may we please proceed to open the panel to questions?
Sorry, so just to sort of capitalize, Raghvendra, right? 100% of your revenue today comes from educational robotic arms.
Yes.
But you're raising money for industrial robotic arms.
Yes.
Educational robotic arms, the pricing, the consistency, the accuracy can be plus minus. Industrial robotic arms are a different beast altogether. I've been to the Xiaomi factory where they assemble a car in China, right? This is just on the outskirts of Beijing. Everything is robotic. Everything's got arms and all sorts of machines. The whole car gets assembled in like 37 odd minutes. China is like 30 years ahead of us in terms of robotics, whether it's industrial robotics, whether it's arms, all of that. I don't think what you've done on EdTech is replicable on industrial. They're two different beasts.
Okay.
For an incoming investor, the company can only be valued either for the EdTech or for an industrial story that you sell. But saying that my learning from EdTech takes me into industrial, I don't see that working out. It's never worked out in India for anyone.
Okay.
And the mortality in the robotic space, particularly in the arm space in India, has been incredibly high. Grey Orange, of course, has done well, but there are enough and more packing and picking arms being used by quick commerce guys, companies which have come fly by the night and moved on. What gives you that competitive edge, or what is your moat which will test the which will stand the test of time and not risk obsolescence? Also, at the same time, pricing wise, how can you compete with large competitors out there, both Indian as well as Chinese or any other country? These are my basic questions for the entire panel, and then we'll come to the unit economics and all of that.
Okay, so right, so the education robots and industrial robots are like we can say there are काफी difference है वहाँ पे, right? So educational robots में हमने क्या किया कि to gain experience जो भी है हमारा hardware wise हम scale कर रहे हैं क्योंकि software is the same thing, the kinematics and all everything is same thing, the dynamics, the kinematics are there. So software wise हम सिर्फ it's an upgradation of our existing softwares, and hardware wise we are doing scales as our जैसे कि हमने अभी डेल्टा रोबोट्स बनाया फर्स्ट D1 सीरीज, ये जर्नी मेरे कॉलेज से स्टार्ट हुई एंड आफ्टर दैट हम अभी कस्टमाइज बना रहे हैं. सो जो भी हम इंडस्ट्रियल डेल्टा रोबोट अभी बनाया है हमने फॉर एग्जांपल, सो उसकी टेस्ट फ्रॉम लास्ट 1 मंथ हम कर रहे हैं अभी, एंड उसमें हमने लाइक 70 CPMs का एक्यूरेसी ऑलरेडी अचीव किया है. सो अकॉर्डिंग टू कैलकुलेशंस इट वाज 90 CPM का, एंड रिपीटेबिलिटी उसमें 1 mm का ऑलरेडी अचीव कर रखा है हमने. सो एंड वहाँ पे सॉफ्टवेयर में हमें कुछ टाइम नहीं लगा क्योंकि द टाइम की हार्डवेयर वाइज हम स्केल कर रहे हैं. सो दीज आर लाइक आर गेन्स फ्रॉम आर स्मॉल रोबोट्स.
And how do you sort of go to market on the industrial robot side?
Okay, so industrial robot side अभी हमने फर्स्ट जब हम ट्रांजिशन कर रहे थे फ्रॉम एजुकेशन टू इंडस्ट्रियल, so one of our client is Cummins India. So हमने उनके labs से start किया जहाँ पे वो उनके HMIs वगैरह की टेस्टिंग करते थे. तो हमने गैंट्री सिस्टम उनको प्रोवाइड किया, तो वहाँ पे भी काफ़ी सारी लर्निंग एंड हमने सक्सेसफुली दे आर हैप्पी विथ द टेस्टिंग. जो उनका टेस्टिंग के लिए टाइम 7 days 20 days का लगता था, विथ आर सोल्यूशन वो उनका लाइक 75 लाइक 1000 टचेस का वो लगभग 2 दिन में कंप्लीट कर रहे हैं, 1 दिन में कंप्लीट कर रहे हैं. सो ये एजुकेशन की मतलब रोबोट्स की लर्निंग थी. एंड इसके बाद में हम डेल्टा रोबोट्स पे गए, तो वी आर प्लानिंग टू डू उसका पायलट. ऑलरेडी वी आर इन टॉक विद सम फूड मैन्युफैक्चरर्स, एक अच्छी कंपनी के साथ हम पायलट कर रहे हैं अभी. एंड ऑल्सो वी आर अबाउट टू डिप्लॉय दिस रोबोट्स फॉर पायलट्स.
These are all paid pilots?
These are not paid pilots actually.
So
after that,
exactly my
we are
problem,
expecting,
right?
yeah.
If I'm Cummins India, or if I'm, say, Hindustan Unilever, or any other food company that you want to take, right? I have the balance sheet strength to buy the best, right? And I don't want to make a mistake of getting the wrong robotic arm here, because if that, my output goes bad because of that, that's a reputational risk for me.
Right.
There are enough and large players out there. I'm still, if it was me, I would just continue to remain in the educational robo space, right? I think that EdTech, D2C probably plays out much better than the industrial side. There has just been too much mortality in that industrial side. With that, I'm not convinced on any value add that you're bringing, which any other competitor, including Grey Orange, doesn't bring. So I'm out of this one, but would leave it open for the others.
Why did you start with educational and now want to go to industrial? What's the purpose of going to industrial and, why did you start? Why did you not do the other way around?
Other way around is basically...
Maybe Mohit's questions answer in this. Why did you not do other way around?
Right. So you mean first industrial क्यों नहीं किया? It's like that, right? Okay. So basically robotics में your hardware होता है, then उसका software होता है. Okay. So to go that level, हमें everything हमें in-house करना था. We don't want to buy any Chinese or other actuators and उसको assemble करके हमने like ये market में लाया industrial robots का. तो education में क्या हुआ कि हमें basically एक experience मिला कि रोबोटिक आर्म्स कैसे करते हैं. बहुत सारे चैलेंजेस हमने अर्ली सेल्स भी किए, जिसमें हमें पता चला कि ये बहुत सारे प्रॉब्लम्स हैं हमारे रोबोट में, ये हमें सॉल्व करना है. तो जैसे जैसे हमारा कस्टमर बेस बढ़ता गया, लाइक IITs वगैरह से हमें फीडबैक मिलता गया, हमने रोबोट्स को इम्प्रूव करते गए. सो उस एक्सपीरियंस की वजह से लाइक हमें जो हमारा अभी इंडस्ट्रियल डेल्टा रोबोट है, सो जनरली ऐसे चलता नहीं है, नेवर एक्सपीरियंस जितना मेरा एक्सपीरियंस है, बट वो फर्स्ट टेस्ट में ही चल गया वो रोबोट अच्छे से. हमें कुछ भी ऐसा ब्लॉकर नहीं आया, कुछ नहीं आया. सो इट्स जस्ट अ एक्सपीरियंस. एंड जो सॉफ्टवेयर वाइज स्केल करना होता है हमें, सो वो सिर्फ थोड़ा अपग्रेडेशन होता है इंडस्ट्रियल में, जैसे एक्चुएटर्स वगैरह का हो गया. बाकी एवरीथिंग इज सेम थोड़ा.
हैव यू एवर विजिटेड अ लार्ज रोबो मैन्युफैक्चरिंग फैक्ट्री?
नॉट फैक्ट्री.
नॉट योर क्लाइंट, आपकी कॉम्पिटिटर जो आपसे 1000 गुना बड़ी है, आपने कभी विजिट किया है?
Not
the way things happen there. I think you should spend your time, some money, get approvals and visit a large factory which you want to become after 5 years from now.
Okay.
You will develop, IIT and everything is very good, the mentoring is very good, but you will develop a completely different sense. What he was talking about China, I've been to China 7-8 times. Every time I go, in last 25 years I've been there 7-8 times. Every time I go, it blows my mind. There is something new which we cannot think sitting in India. So my first advice is spend your time and money, get approvals and visit a factory. It will just change the way you are looking at things. This one single thing will change everything for your business.
Okay.
Just to add in that, I was going to recommend this, and I don't know whether there are 100 times, but there are at least 5 to 10 times bigger than what you are thinking of doing. They are in Pune only. I'll help you in connecting. They are already doing industrial robotic manufacturing, and we are advising them on their restructuring, where the business of this nature is attracting a lot of foreign interest. If there is a mature enterprise in India, they are coming and partnering for a lot of India growth story pertaining investment opportunity. So I'll be happy to connect them and let you have an experience what just now Mandar mentioned, which is very relevant and imperative for you.
Okay.
Thanks.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
How are you selling to the EdTech? Are you just selling it through the website, or how do you sell?
हमारी वेबसाइट से भी और हमारे लाइक ई-कॉमर्स प्लेटफॉर्म के चैनल पार्टनर्स है रोबो थिंक रोबोटिक्स, उनके थ्रू भी. सो हमें जनरली हमारी वेबसाइट से और उनके वेबसाइट से ऑर्गेनिकली गूगल से इंक्वायरीज वगैरह आती है, एंड हम एक्सपोज में भी जाते हैं, वहाँ पे हमारे प्रोडक्ट शोकेस करते हैं लोगों को. सो वहाँ से भी हमें लीड्स वगैरह मिलती है.
So are you implementing in schools or colleges? How do you implement? Or is it?
Not directly as a lab setup or something. Like colleges वगैरह को जब भी रिक्वायरमेंट होती है किसी प्रोजेक्ट वगैरह के लिए, तब हम उनको रोबोटिक आर्म एज अ प्रोडक्ट सप्लाई करते हैं.
But then how will you scale? Because if you're looking at EdTech as an industry, that there would be a requirement coming in, and then probably that's how you fulfill. Like we have currently invested in a company which is into working into EdTech related to robotics. right? And their major focus is always the B2G market, business to government,
Okay.
not the typically going to one school and doing it.
Right,
Because
right.
if we
So-
need volume, we have to work with the government. So they're working with tribal schools, they're working with a lot of government. They're accessing to a lot of funds through CSR. Now, if you're looking at a volume, that kind, right?
Right.
How will you achieve that? Because e-commerce, fine, I understand. It's good to have.
Right.
Few skills will do it, but then will you get the volume? Is a question.
राइट सो जैसे काफ़ी सारे नॉट ओनली स्कूल्स एंड कॉलेजेस को सप्लाई करते हैं हम बेसिकली जो भी एड टेक वाली कंपनीज होती है जो ट्रेनिंग्स वगैरह प्रोवाइड करती है लैब सेटअप करती है हम उनको भी प्रोवाइड करते हैं सो उनकी इंक्वायरी सीधा हमें आती है कि आप हमें ये सेट ऑफ रोबोटिक आर्म या दो आपके C1 आर्म दे दो इंक्लूडिंग ग्रिपर्स वगैरह एंड हम पूरा लैब आप उन कॉलेजेस वगैरह को सेटअप करके देंगे सो करंटली हम उनको सप्लाई कर रहे हैं नॉट उनको भी सप्लाई कर रहे हैं एंड जो भी स्कूल्स वगैरह आते हैं तो उनको भी सप्लाई कर देते हैं बट इट्स नॉट ऐसा कि हम पूरा एडटेक के लिए कोई कोर्स वगैरह के साथ हमारे आर्म्स सेल कर
No, because if unless and until you're giving a solution, a complete package, it becomes very difficult. Selling individually is very different. Selling as a package is very different. So it's very simple. Like for example, the guy who had come at the start, where he was making an ISRO lab typically or a museum, right? Selling one product is different, and selling a combination of things are very different, right? Because the edtech market, when you're talking about, it's a very cost competitive market. People are looking at solutions, right? And probably you will buy one robotic arm or two robotic arms, maybe once in 3 years, once in 5 years, unless suddenly there's a problem with that. It's not like a repeat business which you're looking at. How do you achieve that volume is a bigger question. And as they pointed out that typically when it comes to industrial robotics, the accuracy level one and what application you have also matters a lot, right? Because people are looking at applications, not the conventional applications of the robotics arm. They're looking at, for example, if I'm going to sewage, can I use robotics, right? They're looking at critical applications. Now, if you're working on that critical application, then the market is very different. If you're looking at the conventional ones, there are a lot of options which are there, right? Because we as Jeetu also have invested in few robotics companies. And these are all solving critical problems, maybe in the oil industry, maybe in the gas industry, where it is very difficult for somebody to enter. And that's where your precision and a lot of these things will really matter a lot.
Okay, yes.
So have you studied what happened to, so a lot of edtech robotics companies got funded. So I was from IIT Bombay. We also funded a edtech robotics company. They got VC funded also, but they could not scale. So one of the things you may want to see is why did these companies not scale? And how can you do, because you're also doing the same thing what they did, putting our website and all that stuff, right? So it's a low hanging fruit. But I would want you to study these companies and figure out why didn't they work and therefore think differently. Because if you do the same thing as they did, it'll be difficult, right? That's all.
Thank you so much. Yeah, thank you so much. Yes, thank you.
All the best.
Thank you, sir.
We appreciate the effort and preparation behind this pitch. Thank you to the panel for the thoughtful feedback shared.
Ladies and gentlemen, we will now be witnessing a powerhouse in electric mobility, crafting innovative drive systems and conversion kits for cars, making electric vehicles practical for every terrain. Led by automotive veteran Rajiv Randive, they are powering sustainable solutions from rural roads to defense applications. So please welcome Pixie Electric Cars.
Good morning. Our target is to electrify every engine-powered application wherever it makes difference to the end customer. So we have identified people living in remote areas where availability of fuel is a problem. And in those areas, the fuel cost is also high because the fuel consumption becomes very high on a bad condition of road. Then high altitude and other areas also, there is a problem for the government to take the fuel up there. The engines don't develop power. So, and startability issues, Army has some other issues. So that is where we are targeting. The drive systems which are currently available are not compatible with the kind of vehicles or kind of equipment which is running at those high altitude or the remote areas. So what we have developed is a fully integrated electric drive system where no external connections are required. No cooling system is required, and it is plug and play and drop in and bolt on. Now here you can see that we have a high power, low voltage system, because when it goes to the remote areas, people may be exposed to the voltages and the wiring and all that. So we have kept the voltages safe enough for any person to handle it, rather than going in for very high voltages, which many are using. We are currently covering 20 to 40 kW range, and as I said, it is just drop in and bolt on. The way the vehicle works, you can see here it is climbing 45-degree rock. So even the original vehicle can't do that. That's what we have achieved. We are covering automotive as well as non-automotive market. Non-automotive market is actually much bigger than automotive market, so we are covering both of them. Now our core team, we are all very experienced persons. Most of us have more than 35 years of experience. So in the rural market, about 300,000 vehicles are being sold by Mahindra. I am ex-Mahindra, so I know that Mahindra survived on that market. And it's a pretty large market where 150 million people live. So we have tried to, identify some very core areas, but there are so many other areas where this can go. In non-automotive, the variety is very large. Marine is one of the biggest, but we are also targeting something like we are also targeting something like a snowmobile, because it is very noisy, and when it operates in a very soundless surroundings like the skiing resorts and all that, the noise is a big problem. So there also they are very keen. Now what we have done so far is we have developed a number of applications, and we have focused on actual field testing more than any lab testing, because ultimately we have to ensure that the customer will get the value for it. So we have tested in Ranthambore forest, where the conditions are very, very difficult. The conditions are very difficult in Ranthambore forest, and the forest department has given us permission. There is a notification that only electric vehicles can be used in forest, and we are the only one so far. So, and there are about 25,000 vehicles in the forest. Plus there are so many other areas like Northeast, which is full of different, particularly off-road vehicles. A lot of, it's shifting automatically. Anyway, so we are also focused on Northeast area and the remote areas. Army has shown a lot of interest. I was called by the Army headquarters, and we had a discussion with people there. And they have given me applications also, different applications that they would like to see. You can see the vehicle on the extreme right. That is the kind of vehicle we are also planning to work on. Yeah, so currently we have already spent about 3.5 crores. Most of it, half of it is my personal investment. And then we have received some CSR grants and other grants. And we have also done some about 1 crore of sale, but that is basically the, you can say, prototype sale, mainly for our, this is a low investment and high turnover kind of a business opportunity. And we are looking for about $1 to $1.5 million investment. There's some problem shifting, yeah. So
Yeah.
about 9 to 15 crores that we are looking for. Thank you very much.
Sir, I'll quickly ask few questions for clarity.
Yeah.
For retrofitment, do you need any authority approval before you start deploying vehicles?
Yes.
Which
We require
authority?
that. It is given by ARAI, and we have partly completed that, but mainly our focus was first to complete the field testing, because unless we know that it is really working well, there is no point in having a certification, because then if you make change any time later on, that will not be valid. Then you have to go through the certification once again.
And I believe for each model there is a separate license or certification that you need to go with. Right?
There are 3 levels. One is the component level, then the system level, and the vehicle level. Now, if you get certified for the system level, that system can be deployed to multiple vehicles, vehicle models.
Different models.
So for model-wise certification, it's very simple. But to get it up to the system level is the most difficult part of that, and most expensive part of that.
What is the expense approximately?
About 20 lakhs. Up to the system level.
Okay.
Or also up to the vehicle level, first vehicle level.
Okay.
And that vehicle level also can be applicable to other models, provided the difference in weight is not much and certain model this thing. So additional models can be just maybe 2 lakhs, 3 lakhs, 5 lakhs.
We are looking at something in this space as an opportunity in retrofitting, but the way governments are initiating, like as you mentioned forests, then there are a lot of buses also, and Delhi state or UP state, and even in Maharashtra also, BMC in Mumbai, they are trying to bring all the fuel-based vehicles again back in the use, but having it retrofitted. And some of the big players are already pushing this. And the major hurdle for smaller players to get through is the authority, IARI or something. AIRI. So that is the big hurdle that keeps them on waiting, and the cost per model for getting that certification to start operating the units to retrofit from Chota Bheem or Chota Hathi, that vehicle we are looking at, from there to buses also they are doing. So right now, with one model, with one forest department part, it's a good proof of concept. But do you think you'll be able to replicate this across different types of vehicles in near future, which you can deploy at mass level?
See, first of all, if there is a vehicle available from vehicle manufacturer for the similar purpose, then there is no point in converting that vehicle. That is financially, because Chota Hathi, as you mentioned, the cost of conversion comes very close to the new vehicle cost. Because on the new vehicle, there is a subsidy. And for Chota Hathi, there is no subsidy. Conversion, there is no subsidy. So the cost comes so close that is the reason why many have done conversion kits for that Chota Hathi, but they are not able to sell. So that is one of the problem area. The second thing is that we have to find where it makes difference to the customer. Now I'll give you an example what we are doing in the wildlife sanctuary and why we have focused there. Is their one round is costing them about 1,200 rupees fuel cost. If you convert to electric, it is 200 rupees. So 1,000 rupees a day is a lot of money, okay? So it pays for itself. Whereas if we convert Chota Hathi, it doesn't pay for itself. So I have been, selling and servicing vehicles for more than 40 years.
Will this add a new age on the vehicle? Like, will this add how many years plus?
They have said that about 10 years you can, but every whatever period, 2 years or 3 years, the vehicle has to undergo certification, or rather fitness test. So if the vehicle is fit, then it can continue.
And what is the cost, one product that one conversion is costing?
See, for Gypsy, we are trying to price it around between 5 to 6 lakhs. Some of the things we are trying to, localize, then we can bring the cost down.
Okay.
Yeah. That's the conversion cost.
Sorry?
That's the conversion cost you're talking about.
No, that's not the conversion cost. That is the price that we will be selling to our dealer. The dealer will have a margin of about 50,000 rupees. And maybe he may have to do repairs also.
No, so for example, let's assume I am a service provider which is having 20 vehicles, for example, and I come to you. And if I have to change a vehicle or get it probably changed, then what is my cost per vehicle?
See, I'll just explain that we are not planning to do conversion. We are planning to do only manufacture of our conversion kit, which is a bolt-on kit. And that is the only way I can have a very large sort of sale. So I'll have a chain of dealers, maybe 100, 200 dealers, through whom I will do the conversion. Now I have to pay something to the dealer. So dealer will have a margin of about 50,000 rupees. Plus he will also get money for repairing those vehicles because those vehicles are old. So they need to be repaired. So he'll get that money as well. And then further service also earns a lot of money. In fact, service has more money than sale. So that is how he actually makes his money out of that. So the end cost to the customer will be about 7.5 lakhs is our target price. And that is easily recoverable. Now, second thing is that for a taxi, there is 40% subsidy available. Some of the governments have already declared 40% subsidy on particularly taxis, which includes the wildlife sanctuary. So if they get 40% subsidy, then the payback is quick. They will be able to pay back. And then the forest department is willing to recover the money and pay to the bank. That forest department has already agreed. Because the money, the tourists pay to the forest department. So forest department, for every tourist, they will keep some money and pay it to the bank. So the bank is assured, and maybe even a private investor is assured that he will get his money back for financing the kit. So it's a very safe kind of a business that we are in.
Sorry, good.
You're raising 9 to 12 crores, you said.
Yes,
At what valuation, and who are the investors or shareholders right now? And whatever that X valuation is, what is the base of that? I mean, is it a multiplier of your revenue currently, or just explain that bit?
Valuation, we are open. We will discuss it because valuation is in somebody's mind. I may have something in mind, you may have something in mind. So we are open on that. I have about 82% of the equity. 18% is with the Department of Science and Technology. So that can be bought back. That is not really, that is it.
Rajeev sir, first up, I'm actually going to stand up because I think out of respect for you, how old are you, just out of curiosity?
I'm 75.
So he's 75. India just celebrated its startup, we celebrated the startup day yesterday, 10 years of startups, right? And mostly people think of startups as young professionals. There's somebody at 75 who's doing a startup. So out of respect, this is how, if either you can sit and I can ask you questions, or we'll do it this way. But I'm not sitting down and asking you. I understand the space a little bit, but just few questions from my end, right? Number one, why conversion, right? Because fundamentally, and you've been at Mahindra long enough to know, Mahindra used to make decent vehicles, the Scorpios and the Armadas and all of that.
Yeah.
But you look at Mahindra today, right? A car, a mobility car for everyone today is not just about four wheels that take you from point A to point B. It's about the entire look and feel of the car, the dashboard, the long connected screens, so on and so forth. I fundamentally don't believe, I'm someone who likes to change his car every 4 or 5 years, right? So I get bored of my existing car and I move to the next one. But even if I love it, I don't want to just change the engine and say, okay, I'll convert my ICE car to EV. I just want to change the car because the upgradation cycle on cars has just changed so much, right? Last 5 years, if you have a car from 2016, 17 versus a car from 2024, it'll feel like as if it's 20 years apart, right? Just the look and feel of the whole thing. Fundamentally, I want to question the thesis around why conversion kits. When new car prices are coming down, you have the Nexon starting at 10, 11 lakh rupees for an EV. You have even lower, Tata Tigors and a couple of the others coming down. Mahindra itself has been reducing prices down, right? With the E4, E and a couple of the other models, right? In the 10 to 15 lakh bracket.
Yeah.
I have a question which is more fundamental to you. While you're very passionate, and I can see that you've sold so many cars at Mahindra, you're saying, "वो सारी cars जो residual हैं, I need to convert them." But I have a question that, why not just sort of junk them, make metal out of it, and buy new cars? It's just easier, cleaner, smarter, right?
Well, number one is that if an equivalent car is available in electric version, we should not touch that. But there are so many pockets where equivalent electric version is not available or very expensive. I'll give you two examples. The type of vehicle that is needed for, army or for wildlife sanctuary, identical vehicle nobody is making in electric version, like open gypsy, nobody is making. So any other 4x4 vehicle will not be able to, serve that particular purpose. So that particular purpose, vehicle for that particular purpose is not available. So this is one area where, retrofitment
but
can work.
doesn't that limit your total addressable market, right? When you're saying that it's only going to be limited to aged vehicles which don't have a like-to-like comparison, we all love the Gypsy. It was one of the most iconic cars. Most people who are not young today will remember the Gypsy, and some of the millennials will be like wondering what is the Gypsy. But Gypsy is an example which is a sort of outlier, right? A Maruti 800. I don't think anyone wants to be seen driving it, even if it's electric today.
No.
Right? Because aspirationally, it doesn't fit in very well today.
Correct.
It can be vintage aspiration, but it's not really aspiration as such. And Mahindra's new brand is all about aspiration, right? It's about the young kid who wants to, show that I've made money and I'm driving this swanky Batman themed vehicle. I just think while your intent is right, I think the market has changed a lot. The consumption patterns of how India consumes today are very different from what it used to be 10, 15 years ago. With that, my limited take, I understand the electric mobility a little bit. We are invested in Bolt, which is India's largest charging infrastructure for EVs. I would want more people to adopt EV so that my charging output goes up. But I just think from a business commercial perspective, it's just a very difficult space to be in. So with that,
I'll tell you another example, which I'm sure you will love.
Let's do lunch together. Would love to have lunch with you.
Yeah, sure. Still, take for example, fleet of Mercedes taxis. Now they have to convert, either buy a new electric vehicle, that is what they have been told, that every 10 years, because they have diesel taxis. So after 10 years, they have to phase out those vehicles. When they phase out, they have to buy another electric vehicle, which will cost them roughly around 1 crore per vehicle. There are fleets who have 1,000 vehicles. Every year, they phase out about 100 vehicles. So 100 crores of new investment they will have to make. Now, if I give them a kit worth about, let's say, around 30 lakhs, I can make a good kit for Mercedes. So they will definitely want to go in for a 30 lakh kit and save that money. Because
so the flip to that is my residual value of that Mercedes taxi is about 30, 40 lakhs. I sell it for that residual value, add the additional 50 lakhs and get a new one and get accelerated depreciation also on it.
Old 10-year-old Mercedes.
Also, sir, I think on subsidies, right? Building a business on subsidies, Fame 1 was all about Hero Electric, Okinawa, the likes of all those guys who built on subsidies. And you know where that went. These companies are not even relevant anymore. I don't think any business can have a fundamental denominator which has subsidies built in for adoption. Subsidies are there today. Tomorrow, Gadkari ji decides that subsidy has to be removed, it's removed. Nirmala ji, any which way, wants new ways to make taxes.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I don't think subsidies are the right way to...
I'll tell you one another thing, that this is exactly what even the Army head office told us, that don't work on retrofitment, you give us new vehicles. So we are already working on new vehicles for Army. And why Army requires, I'll disclose a few things, not all. Number one, the engines heat up and then they become visible through infrared camera. That's one thing for which they want electric. Second is at high altitude, the engines don't develop power. So therefore they want electric.
The flip to that is electricity availability and charging, right? With range and everything else.
No, it is available with them. And I can't disclose more about those, what kind of vehicles I'm making. But let me tell you, after Mahindra, I was with General Motors. After that, I was with Steyr Daimler Puch, which is one of the leading manufacturers of defense vehicles, so I know about defense vehicles pretty much.
No, awesome, sir. Thank you so much. Guys, any other questions you all have? Okay. Thank you so much, sir. Your spirit is what I think the audience is going to appreciate. At age 75, he can be comfortably living a retired life. Mahindra, I know, pays well, so I can tell you for sure. He could have hung his boots there. Kudos to you. Thank you so much, sir. This is an inspiration for everyone.
Thank you, sir. Thanks a lot.
Sir, let me end it on a positive note. With all the criticism that Mohit said, I want to explore it with you. But when I say I want to explore it with you, they sign check from me. We don't know what is the valuation, how much I can put a 50 lakhs to a crore, not 9 crore and 12 crore.
Yeah,
maybe I'm a very small investor for the mission that you have. But I'm very, very happy to explore and learn from you and maybe partner with you in different...
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
That will be much appreciated.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. Yeah. Thank you, Lord. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Pleasure meeting.
मी तुमचं कार्ड आहे का तर माझा नंबर मी तुम्हाला देतो.
मी
माझ्याकडे कार्ड
नंतर
नाही आहे.
This inspiring discussion reflected the potential of the idea, and we appreciate everyone's contributions.
We will now be having a lunch break of about 30 minutes. Please be seated at 2 o'clock so that we can resume again on our further discussion.
2:15.
We make every day easier through technology as we enhance the digital core of Nordic businesses and
Presents Pune Startup Fest, powered by ONGC, hosted by COEP Technological University.
A brief update. Due to unavoidable circumstances, Mr. Sushanto Mitra had to step away. We thank him for his continued support and invaluable contributions throughout today's proceedings. Moving forward, you are going to see startups working on things that sound unreal.
Yes, technology that flies, technology that collaborates, and technology that goes beyond imagination.
Let us continue with the Pictures Valley.
The climb continues and the altitude only gets higher from here. Next up, please welcome a Pune deep tech disruptor, pioneering AI-powered eVTOL flying cars for urban air mobility and emergency response. With 7 flight-tested prototypes and patented technology validated by defense authorities, they are slashing travel times by over 80%. Please welcome Mr. Sarthak Sudhir of Vertify Aerospace.
Okay. Is this on? Hello everyone, I am Sarthak, founder of Vertify. With me, I have my team. Every second matters. A moment late is a life lost. We at Vertify are trying to solve this. We are here to save lives and connect worlds, making the future of mobility. Vertify is basically a tech-first company. We are here to solve the problem of critical mobility, where you see every hour in a city like Pune, we have 2 preventable deaths. When you scale that across the country, for the entire year, that are more than 10 lakh preventable deaths. If you see helicopters, they essentially have a lot of rotor blade complexities, more than hundreds of moving parts, and also they have high carbon emission, more than 200 kilograms an hour. We are here with a single purpose, to shatter the travel time by more than 80% having a promise of having zero preventable deaths and zero mission delays. That is being done by Nityam. It is an AI-powered electric vertical takeoff and landing flying car. It takes off like a helicopter, flies like an aircraft, with a 300-kilometer range and a 6-seater or 600 kgs capacity. It is self-flying, zero carbon emissions, and it is noiseless. Vertify is building a technology that will be divided for saving lives and for mission critical usage as well. As a defender in light combat VTOL, as well as Nityam, which will be our one that will be a first responder as an air ambulance, emergency disaster response, and a humanitarian aid provider. We are developing the technology in-house, all proprietary, right from the axial flux motors all the way to thermoplastic materials, advanced but yet lightweight. We are developing AI systems that are integrated to our pre-certified flight controllers, which are certified in US and Europe. These things are going to be used for the next generation of flight. We are trying to make the technology as advanced, as less China dependent, and the best in the class one that solves the particular gap that comes from the legacy helicopters, as well as the current old generation electric VTOLs. You see that there is a range, speed issue, as well as a payload issue, and the cost of operations are significantly higher. More than 2 lakh rupees per hour of flight is required. We do not have something like that. Now, we are bridging the gap with having more than double the range, more than 1.5 times the speed, and 1 in a billion chance of crash. We have 9 levels of redundancy, being the safest vehicle to be made on Earth. That is being done through our technology. We have developed multiple subscale prototypes, and right now we are making a single human seater one. That is at our facility in Theodfata, which is just above Pune. Now this is a 100 kg aircraft which is in ground testing. It will be flight tested about in the next 2 months, and it will be finally certified with the DOA and DGCA. And then after that, it will be going to EASA, which is European regulations, and certification with the US FAA by 2031. We will be commercializing it in India and across multiple MENA regions by 2028 itself. Now, we are capturing, or should I say, we are disrupting the rotorcraft market, which is a large $74 billion market, where our market capture is going to be an $18.8 billion for critical mobility EMS, which is emergency medical services, as well as military use cases. Now, what we are doing essentially is building our own kind of a aerospace mafia and a lobby for this kind of a new type of aircraft, replacing the old generation helicopters. What we are providing is a full turnkey. This means right from the aircraft, the platform for its service, its MRO, which is maintenance, repair, overhaul services, and also the licensing. Of course, we are not going to be F-35 and giving the source code. So what we are doing, we already have clientele pipeline. We have been working with the Indian Air Force and Army since about 2 years, having multiple pre-orders on the pipeline, along with the success rates being very high. We are not targeting India, but we are targeting a global presence with a small team. We are aerospace engineers dedicated in saving lives. With me on the co-founding team, I have Wing Commander Bharat Parab, who is a fighter jet pilot from the Indian Air Force. He couldn't make it today due to some health reasons, but he is the one who's heading a flight and aviation strategy. I am the founder and CEO. We are having 5 awards. We have gotten IDEX award. We have gotten the Nidhi grant as well as the Startup India Seed Fund. We have raised a convertible note, and we are here for the next round of funding, where we are raising a 19.5 CR round. This will help us to finish our flight test of the current 100 kg one, as well as it will help us enhance our technology, making a 3-seater aircraft by December of this year, and then a 6-seater one will be done by next year. Our intent is very same. We will be certifying them, getting them into service by 2028, and then we will really try to save lives. We have an aim of 10 lakh lives saved with having zero cost per patient. We will not charge anything from them. And that is what we want to align with investors. It's not just the money, it's about the vision, it's about the promise. And that's where we come in, for saving lives and connecting worlds. That's it. So we at Vertify are a very tech-friendly, fun-loving company. As you can see, we love to have developments, and we have just moved into a new facility for aircraft manufacturing as well, just about 2 weeks ago. So that's us.
First of all, congratulations. I think this is the best pitch since morning. Very concise, precise, and answers a lot of questions without asking. You know,
Right,
because
right.
a lot of founders since morning depended on the investors that वो पूछ लेंगे तो हम बता देंगे. You know,
Nice.
you're very precise,
you.
extremely good. Very nice,
Thank
very
you very
nicely
much.
done. And what is this?
So this is our older one. This has flown more than 100 times. Yeah, please do. That is a 3D printed model of the entire aircraft. We had to disassemble it from a stall to bring it here right now. This is the wireframe of it. It takes off. It can have a tilting motion. As you can see, this can tilt as well. This is the wing. So it has wings and canards, which is a front wing. Intent is to be as aerodynamically as efficient, having the lightest weight and the strongest structure. So we are trying to make it less critical on the motors and on the load of these booms. So that's the intent. And right now, this is a very small flight controller. We are currently for the larger aircraft using Spanish flight controllers that are pre-certified in Europe and US.
So when you are scaling up,
Yes, sir.
okay, you want to have the entire end-to-end product, or you want to give as a service to, you know?
Yes. So the business model we have come up with is known as a manufacturer, owner, and operator. We manufacture it, but we have the operational capabilities as well, and we operate it as well. So we sell it to the government. We are collaborating with the Ministry of Health and also the light combat. So like I said, it all can tilt like a normal aircraft. It can move. So what we are doing is we'll be selling our aircrafts as a light combat VTOL, replacing the light combat helicopters of our defense, as well as a Nityam, which will be the first responder that we will be doing the service, operational work ourselves, but it will be paid by the government. So we will have no money taken from the patients at all. And in place of government, there can be some like PSUs and medical facilities as well who have been helping in these.
So tell me revenue model precisely.
Yeah. So it's basically
पैसा
aircraft
कहाँ से
sales.
आएगा exactly?
Yes, sir.
पैसा कहाँ से आएगा, कितना आएगा? Is it broken down into units?
So it was there. Basically, it's aircraft OEM sales. So we'll be having aircraft sold to the government as well as air operators, air charter operators, right from Pavan Hans to Osmania Group, Blade, India, and all. So what we'll do is we'll be selling the aircraft, but rather than them operating themselves, we will operate our fleet management with the software and the suite for them. So we'll have a recurring revenue as well as the aircraft sales revenue, but control will be with us.
So let's take a step back, right? Your use case is that you want to do eVTOLs to transport patients in life-critical situations.
Yes, sir.
Is there any research that backs you which says that patients who are in far off remote areas, because of healthcare access not being there, have died or have had adverse effects? Is there
Yes,
a
sir.
number that you can showcase?
So our data suggests that we have more than 2 preventable deaths in the metropolitan tier 1 and some of the tier 2 cities in India itself. What we see that is that and the suburban areas around it have a delay in the response time. We want to cut that response time, hospitalizing people under 10 minutes.
So, okay. I'm an investor in Red Wing Labs. Right?
Yeah.
We delivered medical and healthcare
Right.
vaccines, blood and all of that using drones as a mechanism for 7 different
I
states.
see.
When you're taking all of those deliveries, we are basically like zipline in some ways.
Right.
That is a different use case. The use case that you're running behind is way too niche.
So there are 3 use cases.
Because you already have E-Plane and a couple of other players, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Garuda, E-Plane, there is Skyroot, couple of other guys who are now
so
doing...
Skyroot is in rockets.
Sorry, Skyroot is in rocket, but Garuda, E-Plane are all, and even Indigo,
Right.
are all promising eVTOL for transportation from point A to point B for
Right.
people, irrespective of what the outcome is.
Right.
Whether it is for a meeting, whether it is for healthcare, it doesn't matter, they'll do the transportation. It's early days. Skyroot, a couple of the other guys had promised a host of things. I think clinical trials are still pending. DGC approvals, human inside the aircraft is very different from just the drone flying. Also, I think you guys are very young and too early in this journey to realize that getting money out of government for any of these initiatives is a nightmare. Like I power Orissa and I power like 6 other states.
Right.
My turnaround times on payments are like between 180 to 270 days. So you'll be drastically underestimating working capital requirement. And you still need to build the device up front, right?
Right. So please
go on.
So we have been working with the regional technical node Pune as well as the Department of Aerospace. That's RTN is in Indian Air Force and the Department of Aerospace Defense in Indian Air Force for a while now. What we have been doing is the testing of these ground vehicles and all the trials and making a pathway for these. How we are working is that it's not just air ambulances, right? It's dark store, like say from Blinkit to Zomato's, critical mobility and critical organ transport as well, but in a larger size, like helicopter size aircraft, which will be the larger one. That is going to be our revenue making model. But our main aim is going to be directly selling these to air operators who are into freight, who are into emergency medical EMS services, as well as who are into defense operations.
What's the order book right now in place?
So there was a client pipeline, if you could go back to that. So right now we are going to sign an MOU of a binding LOI with the Indian Air Force and NDRF very soon once the single human seater one flies in the next 2 months. So it will be about first 10 aircrafts order, and then the next order will be of 25 aircrafts. Could you go back?
And what's the pricing per aircraft?
Yeah.
What's your pricing per aircraft?
As in like the use
Pricing. In
pricing
this MOU,
as in the selling price for
Yeah.
the government or for the defense or for the use case as in service.
for this MOU that you're talking about, 20
so
aircraft.
we'll be selling it at a minimum price of 25 CR each.
Boss, I think.
So we have been working on that. I could give you some details on that as well.
Yeah, I mean, I know the space too well, boss. There is no way
That's fine, sir.
this gets built out. But okay, we will agree to disagree. I'll keep an eye out for you. All the best.
Okay, all right. Yeah.
Yeah. There is another company based out of Bangalore.
Yeah, Salla.
Yeah. What's their progress and what kind of time frame they took to actually get wherever they are, and what is your timeline to get there?
Right. So they took about 1.5 years to make a half-scale model with a 7-meter wingspan. We are also making a 7-meter wingspan, which we have in testing in our place, which took us less than about 8 months from the manufacturing point of view, and it took less than a few lakhs of rupees, not in double-digit CRs, which they took. And the other thing is, they are the same progress level which we are. The only difference is they have signed some LOIs, non-binding agreements with the Bangalore airport and with one operator from Dubai.
Okay.
Sorry, I forgot to say one thing. Bharat sir was the head of flight at E-Plane before he joined us. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Bharat sir is
Bharat
also.
sir, Wing Commander Bharat Parab, he was ex-fighter jet pilot from the Indian Air Force, MiG-29 pilot. And he was also the head of RPAS in the Air Force.
Now he's.
He's full-time with us, co-founder.
Okay, perfect. So
Yes, sir.
Wing Commander Mr. Bharat is on your cap table also.
Yes, sir.
He's CEO also.
So he is the CASO, Chief Aviation Strategy Officer.
Chief Aviation
Strategy Officer.
Strategy Officer.
So he not only looks into flight with us, but also the strategy with the defense collaborations and all the ecosystem building. So that's the one.
What's your current cap table?
So I'm an aircraft designer. I've been in this industry for about 5.5 years. Worked with a lot of these drone startups and satellite startup companies as well. I've got my research papers, patents, publications also in the public domain on aircrafts and eVTOLs.
No, sorry. I have a question. What is your current cap table like? Who owns what percentage?
So my cap table, I am the one with the major cap table. With me, I have an investor, convertible note investor from Hyderabad, as well as we have Bharat sir and my family.
Without Bharat sir, is it possible to continue to do what you're doing?
So we have been doing this more than 2 years without sir, and sir has joined us about 8-9 months ago only.
Okay.
Yeah.
How much are you raising now?
19.5, of which 50% is already committed by a family office in what do you say? I forgot the name of the place. It's Bombay itself, but in South Bombay.
Okay.
It can be
JJFO.
It can be Dadar, it can be Parel, it can be,
I can give you exact
Baikala.
numbers and the names and details.
Okay. This round that you're raising 19.5 crores, what is the valuation on this?
So we are raising at about 100 CR valuation, which is a few X multiple of our previous round.
And your previous round, you said it's a convertible note. What is the terms of that conversion?
So the thing was basically, it's like a cap thing. The only thing of conversion is when you raise the next round, it will be converted.
I understand
And we only
that.
diluted 2.5%.
That was for how much amount?
Yeah, that was a convertible note, like a small pre-seed.
How much was the amount?
About 25 lakh.
So you basically gave 25 lakhs for 2.5%, right?
And 100 CR, what's the basis of this 100
So we
CR?
have a
Is it-
breakdown. If I could say, it's all from the technology, what we are building.
How did you calculate 100 CR?
So we did some methods like there's a checklist of IP, and then the portfolio, our SOPs are made to be the best in the industry. the prototypes that we have been building and the traction we'll get, then market. So we have just made some kind of a, like an addition of all
Who
these.
is advising you on finance investment?
So
Because you are a
finance,
techie,
we have
right?
a person who's more like helping us understand it rather than being on the cap table with us. He's a CA. He's our CA.
Patents.
So we have two. We have one IDA also going to be applied in the next month. We have a few trademarks and then 3 patents for the subsystem by June.
Provisional or final approved?
We have already gotten the patent for the design and the flight configuration, like flight method.
Patent approved?
Yes, sir.
Design?
Design aircraft configuration is what we call it, and we have gotten that. It was from September 2023.
Good, congratulations.
Thank you, sir.
So you're saying that you closed with some family office 10 CR at a valuation of 100 CR confirmed.
So they have committed us. So it's more than a soft commitment. In fact, we are going to re-meet them again on Tuesday to finalize the whole details of it.
No, so they agreed on the valuation of 100 CR.
So we'll finalize the valuation, but this is the initial, we'll finalize on 100.
So they have not finalized the valuation of 100.
Not finalized. So we'll do the due diligence. We are yet to start that process, but it takes few months. By then our runway will end, so we wanted to start the whole round right now. It'll take a few months. By then we'll have a flying human seater aircraft as well.
How much money so far is being invested in the company from you and from the 25 lakhs?
50 lakhs.
Sorry?
Just shy of 50 lakhs.
Including 25 lakhs
Yes,
from the investor.
Yeah.
So 25 lakh of your money,
Yeah.
founder's money,
Yeah.
and 25 lakhs.
Yeah.
Okay, I think I can conclude from my side. You are 2, 2, 3, 4, 5 early. You know, first in terms of valuation, yes, I mean the valuation I cannot digest.
Okay.
Number one. Number two, your pre-revenue, just a few patents, etc., etc.
All right.
So I would like to be in touch with you,
Okay.
but at a fraction of 100 CR valuation, if you are interested.
So we'll discuss that, of course, offline
Yeah.
itself. But the second half is, what's your ticket size when you're, investing?
50 lakhs to a CR.
50 lakhs to a CR.
Huh.
Okay, so you could be like
I'm
a co-investor when
yeah,
we are
yeah, I'm
getting the
too
valuation.
small for the family office,
Right.
which is investing 10 CR. So
they
you may
were
not
the,
even
so
consider me
I'll
as
tell
an
you,
investor.
Family office, they were the ones who bought the share of the previous founder of ePlane as well. Now they're interested in us. So everyone who saw ePlane sees that we are better than them. I'm not claiming anything. They see it. So that's why they are all coming to us.
So I'm interested at a very reasonable valuation.
Definitely,
That
we'll
reasonable
discuss the
valuation is
exact
a
valuation
fraction of what you are proposing.
Sure, sir. I would love that.
Thanks. We will be in touch.
Yep.
We are already in this space with our investment in Garuda, FWDA.
So
and
Garuda is not into eVTOLs, they're into drones.
the whole aerospace
Yes, sir.
part of it. And technically this is not the same, and it's more to do with, passenger part of it. So would like to understand more.
Definitely.
And
We'll
whenever
give you some
your
documentation and a data room.
whenever your negotiation on valuation concludes, that time would like to know what is the final thing, and definitely would like to connect because we are interested in this.
That's perfect.
Yes.
I'd love that.
Thanks.
We have already invested in a similar space in the past. So
Yeah. All right.
And from my side, it's a no. For a host of reasons, I think some of them are discussed here. I don't think it's too early. I think it's too late, Mandar, in this space. There are 3 or 4 large players who've already gotten built
No,
out.
I'm saying early in their journey.
Early in their
Late
journey.
for
yeah.
the market, early
Yeah, yeah.
in their own
Right,
journey.
Right. But honestly, my only sincere feedback to you, I think you're young and very dynamic and clearly very passionate about your business. You started your pitch 5 seconds early so that you could capitalize on the full 5 minutes. Kudos to you on that. But I think you're overestimating your own potential.
All right.
Entrepreneurship is a lot about humility. You haven't clearly embarked the journey of humility. I don't need to teach that lesson to you. Entrepreneurship will. You will be a stronger, much more respected entrepreneur years down the line once that humility sets in. And the humility comes because of rejections, comes because of mistakes that you will make, and so on and so
I
forth.
agree.
So the fact that you're saying I agree in between me, that itself is where the humility problem starts. So with that, we'll wish you all the luck, and let's see where our paths collide in the
Definitely.
future. Thanks.
I'd love for you all to join us when we are going to flight test our human seater one. All right? Great.
Thank you. Thank you.
Chalo. भाई ये बटन ही नहीं चला.
An impressive pitch with strong direction. Thank you to the founders and the panel for a thoughtful and engaging discussion.
Gear up for the finale, a startup transforming digital workflows. Founded by Kshitij Agrawal, this young venture is redefining how teams collaborate and execute in fast-growing business. So please welcome Pixpock.
Hello everyone, we are Team Pixpock. We are building voice AI agent for enterprise sales and support. Next. Technical issues that was. Yeah, so we are building voice AI agents for enterprise sales and support. So the problem is.
ठीक है, उनको बताया ना कि कैसे कैसे करना है. One click.
You're the COEP gang, right? This is not your PPT. I mean, clearly, your college students, they should.
Just give us 1 minute to sort this.
You all are seniors, right?
Keep the mic.
So we are building voice AI agent for enterprise sales and support. So today the problem is that if you miss one call, you miss the potential customer that you may have. So what we can do is that why don't you put an AI agent on top of your phone number? So whenever customer call, your customer support agent is always there, and you don't need to hire any kind of support agent and any human being to do that work. So we enable every MSMEs and enterprises to build and have that kind of flexibility in their businesses. So this is one platform which both provide incoming and outgoing call with analysis and summary, everything. You name it, we have it. Our platform do support MCPs, API calls, and we have more than 30 plus languages, Indian languages supported, including all foreign languages as well. So,
so voice AI market is like a globally validated of 14 billion market, and India contributes 1 billion to this market. So we are not targeting to win the world in the first year of our operations. No, this is not the one. Just show the blank slide at least. Yes. Just show the PSF banner, it will be actually good. Yes, but this is the last year's PPT.
But last year you were doing another business.
So this is
So
Rohit Bafna has given us a check for that last time. So now we are doing the voice AI.
Rohit Bafna, 888 VC.
Yes.
Okay.
So last time he has provided us mentorship.
But this is a different business that also you're doing.
Yes.
That
No.
business going on autopilot right now.
Okay, so that was also AI business of the image generation.
So whenever you
thing.
get a check, the business goes on autopilot, you start a new one.
Not actually.
It's not on the check part, it's
Not.
on the mentorship part, because Gemini and ChatGPT are launching their image services. So it really not makes sense to just go and fight with the giants. So
Oh,
just
poor
do-
Rohit.
Yeah. So do what makes sense. That's why.
So we are entrepreneurs, we want to do the business in the best way it is possible.
So AI voice agent market is actually the need of the time, because we know the business works on the voice calls most of the. We connect with the voice a lot. If I say you do chat, we cannot connect with the chat the most which connect with the voice. On that philosophy, we are providing the AI voice agents for the enterprise, for their any voice communication they are doing. So we are not just only saying this on the slides and the market are, we are actually, yes, okay. So we are not targeting to do all the things in the first year. We are only targeting the 500 enterprises in the first year of our operation. This will validate our problem. This will also show how reliable we are, how repeatable we are in the first year of our operations. And based on that, can you please next slide? Okay, so we are not showing this number on only the slides. Actually, we have done the pilot with the small finance banks for their payment and loan reminder calls. 1,000 calls a day they do. And also, it helps them to grow faster and do their conversions and their feedbacks 80% more faster than the human agents. If I want to do the thousands or 10,000 calls a day, I need a lot of bandwidth to do that thing. And AI can do that in just a single agent can do all the work.
You didn't see me. Okay, so I'm covering the marketing strategy. We are starting with mostly the SMEs and MSMEs and eventually going towards the enterprises. The reason is simple, right? Because we see more potential over the small businesses like maybe healthcare, right? So we are focusing to power up maybe the small doctor's office, right? To maybe automate their receptionist and all of their operations work that we can do and eventually scale this up. Right now, we have our BPO partnerships going on. So actually, I'm based in Dubai these days. So there is a Bitcoin-based fund, which is being managed by Atharv Agrawal. So he recommended me to a friend of his in Mumbai, which is for Jet Kings consultancies. So we're working with them for the BPOs. Right now, we have multiple channels, if you see, right? We have direct sales that we are doing directly, one-to-one. And yeah, mostly the platform is self-sufficient. We have Stripe, we have RazoRup integrated. So whoever just wants it, we just do it like that. So we have two ways of really selling it, right? One is whoever just comes on the platform. But the major part is B2B. If you see, right, this, let's say, why we are on the top corner, right? The reason is very simple. The rates that we are providing 3 rupees a minute and the platform that we have built. It's literally one click go, right? You just don't need to take any efforts. We have our own supports provided, which will enable businesses to automate this whole thing, right? So out of the box, they get the whole platform working. And yeah, by the way, we have our own proprietary TTS model, which is, let's say, literally 15 ms voice generation capabilities, also in the streaming mode. Right now, supporting these languages, and we are soon expanding this to international markets, as well as we are open for the waitlist. So yeah, registrations are open for that. Kshitij.
So these are with 3 co-founders. I'm Kshitij, he's Sumit, and Abhinandan. So we got our own experiences into the company, and we are ready to build. So we are raising 500K for 5% of equity. So this is the fund dilution. Our main, so 4.5 CR for the 5% of equity. So this is our breakdown of the use of the fund. So 24% goes to the tech infra. Then there is a telecom partner they are associating with. So 10% there, and the marketing cost. So that's how we cover the fund for this.
So you're valuing yourself at 90 CR?
Yeah.
Okay.
So we are pre-revenue, sir.
Pre-revenue 90 CR? Why did you close your first startup, you said?
So it's not closed.
Autopilot, yeah. How? What does it do, the first one?
So it's an image generation and video generation platform.
And then you talked about Gemini something.
So yeah, ChatGPT and Gemini also provide free images, right? So it really not makes sense to.
So what you're doing now, half of it already Google provides, and the remaining half they will provide by the end of 2026, I think.
Sir, look, the Google operate differently, right? They are in the space of the building the models and the different platforms. But in case of when you talk about the voice AI, it's not about only just building models and LLMs and all. It's about building the use cases. It's integrating with different partners, different CRMs and all, and combining all that together to provide the service.
Who advises you on finance investment 90 CR valuation?
Sir, we have calculated based upon the market trend.
Sorry?
Market trend and the potential.
Market trend?
Yeah.
Show me one example.
So there is a Bolna who has raised their funds as well with Y Combinator.
Who?
Bolna AI.
How much is their revenue?
So they are also pre-seed startup with the YC. So they got the funding to build more.
Okay, Bolna is one. How many are, in India, how many startups are there who are doing almost exactly same thing that you are doing today? Any idea?
There may be 4 or 5 startups.
No, at least 25 I know. We were just discussing, and it is there on the internet.
Uh,
And they are
one-
more affordable than you. They publish their prices on their website. They're more affordable than you.
Mic check, mic check. I think there are people in the audience who are also doing voice conversational about chatbot, right? So they're also clapping here. But honestly, guys, like this is now getting a little embarrassing, right? Because A, tum COE pe kya ho, to tumko
I think that's why their friends in the audience are, maza le rahe.
Start the mic. We are not in parliament.
बंद हो गया वो भी 3-4 ले लो एक साथ
No, no, it's okay. मेरी आवाज पहुंचेगी लोगों तक. So I think, guys, opportunistically, you have moved to a space which you think is hot right now. The problem is there are way too many players here. We've seen so many players. And you spoke about your own proprietary TTM, right? I mean, text-to-speech modules have been there for the longest time. Gen AI has, of course, come and compounded it. What you're saying is LLMs which are vertically trained towards use cases like collections and so on and so forth. Is this... See, I'll tell you where fundamentally the problem starts from, right? Is this the future? Maybe, maybe not. Because while some of the current bots are doing pretty well, fundamentally, why I would never invest in this business is because these are the businesses which take away low-paying jobs from India. Right? These are the businesses which make 200 million Indians go out of job. So I will not believe in this space for the longest time as much as I cannot, right? Because I think in India, we need to start using AI for betterment, for creation of more jobs, not for disrupting the existing jobs. So that's problem number one for me. Second, I think models keep getting trained. We in our NBFCs also use a bunch of these agents. Can AI agents make far more calls on collection than my physical human agents can? 100%. With multiple telephone lines that I have, it's just an easier, more convenient way. But has that resulted in better payments or better collection on my side? Not yet. It's still work in progress. It's only been 6-7 months that we've deployed. And the valuation makes no sense. Let's not even get debated about that. Aap Dubai se aaye ho. Maybe in crypto this may work, but in India, for real world, it's difficult.
Actually, if you look at the valuation part, right now we are bootstrapped, right? And looking at the infra, whatever we have built, it's so easy to really scale it up. The whole thing is just to push the, maybe the back pressure. That's what we are following. One thing is, models are going to get better, as we see in the next 6 months, a year or so. We are here just to be in the space so that when the time comes, we'll be at the right place to really, let's say, encash on it. We have the infra, we have the capabilities, tech and everything. When the time comes, we'll be there to really encash it.
But I think my limited take, right? You need more paying clients, or at least you need clients which are helping you build out on those vertical spaces. Like we were evaluating a company called TimePay.ai. Very similar space. The chatbot works really well. The conversations with the chatbot are incredible. At Hexa Health, which is again a medtech company of ours, we use a bunch of these conversational chatbots. For CureSkin, we use it. So as clients, we use it for multiple of our portfolio companies. We're seeing a decent amount of traction coming in, but without that, even for an investor to look at you on a pre-seed round today at 90 crore starting point, that conversation just goes. And for your bad luck, your old slide was put here. For me, that was where I was tuned out, right? I said, there is one company which is running on autopilot, second company that I'm doing, I'm already out of this. Because for me, founder integrity is very high. Those who have been in the audience have realized that over the last 3-4 hours of us sitting together. So that's my point. I wish you guys luck. Over to the others.
No, I think a lot of important points you should take from this conversation. Don't take the joke and laughing, but you have to look at it very seriously, because if you wish to continue working on this, there are many changes that you will require. Probably your advisors and your mentors should be spending more time, or you should be chasing them for better guidance to go about. But whatever you're doing, all the best. And there will be competition, and try to improve on your product to be stay relevant in that competition. All the best.
Thank you so much.
As a product, it's a very hyper competitive market. Calling as a space, again, pricing is always a problem, right? Somebody's charging 3 minutes, somebody's charging 12 minutes, somebody's giving 18 minutes. Most of the AI companies which I've seen has been more D2C focused. Either making images, either doing calling, that's what they're doing. They're not genuinely solving problems. None of the AI companies have explored government as an angle. Just to give you an example, digitization as a space, paperless office. I'll give you an example. Maharashtra government has given an order for making paperless office worth 270 crores. Right? AI is getting used for GR. So the problem with most of the people here who are sitting in here, they're only looking at the D2C angle. They look at one angle and they think that's how it's going to be. Right? You can do a first level of calling with AI, but you have to close something, there has to be a human interaction. Right? Many a times we see that. You understand, however good the technology may be, you want humans to talk. Right? Girlfriend AI बन सकती है, probably एक बार, but आखिर में तो कॉफी पीने के लिए तो तुमको चाहना पड़ेगा ना.
Indeed, indeed.
So the logic is, AI has a lot of opportunities, but the focus area is a problem in India. We look at wrong things. We literally look at wrong things. I'll give you an example again. The people are literally minting money in government using AI. There's an AI Impact Summit happening next month in Delhi. They're trying to figure out how do we make people to pay? How do we get companies to basically start using it more? That's where you need to look into, not into this which everybody else is doing. Because it's very simple. If it's easy to copy, then probably you're at the wrong space. And that's what is happening today. It's very easy to copy.
One point is there. Even if it is easy to copy, right? But the platforms, if you see, the quality of results, it's still lacking. When you say an agent talking, there are so many drops in the networks or breaks, interruptions. Also, the quality is not there. The biggest benefit that we can say that we are going to bring in a month or two is going to be a workflows. The reason behind that is we are working to kind of replicate, I'll just put it out frankly, DoorDash or maybe the Giga AI's workflow engine. There was a case study by YC, right, where they automated their multi-tier customer support use case. For example, you order from Zomato. Your order is not there, but it's marked delivered, right? Agent or the customer starts the conversation on your chat. From there, agent calls the customer, talks with the customer. When customer says there is no order, agent then goes and in the real time calls driver as well, gets the feedback from the driver, and then resolves customer's query in real time. So there is not a single call going on, but there are two calls, one chat interface, all controlled by an agent.
Again, what you're talking about is a market which is outside India. You're talking about an Indian market. आप इंडिया में जाओ, किसी को बोलो मैं AI कॉलिंग करूँगा, मैं 12 रुपए पर मिनट लगाऊंगा, वो बोलेगा 2 टेलीकॉलर लगा दूंगा मैं. The logic is very different. What you're talking about, you call Amazon today, you will see what pains we have to reach to the customer care. Customer care दिखता ही नहीं है. आप settings में जाते हो, chat में जाते हो, भैया कब phone करेगा पता नहीं है. So the logic is very simple. What you're talking is very different. There, the problem is when it comes to human resource, the cost is very high. That is the reason they need to use technology. Here in India, your human resource cost is next to negligible. That's what you need to understand. When you're comparing use cases and when you're talking, again, what problems are you trying to solve? The question today is, most of the times, we're not solving civic issues problem. We are not solving big problems. We are solving problems which are on the surface. कोई चीज बेच रहा है, कोई वेफर बेच रहा है, कोई पैकेट बेच रहा है. So the question is, there is a potential, but what problems are you trying to solve?
So we are a tech company. This is what we do best. And the tech we are building, it's kind of relevant to could be the places where the population is less, but it's relevant there. The thing is, we're able to solve the use cases which are How
many people are paying you? How many customers are paying you now?
We have done 10 to 20 different trials with different customers.
No, how many are paying?
So we have given it for free for now.
फ्री ना? फ्री की चीजें हमको सब अच्छी लगती है. जीमेल फ्री में था तब अच्छा लगता था. अब पैसा देना पड़ता है 2500 रुपए पर ईमेल का.
कितने महीनों से आप फ्री कर रहे हो?
सर हम बिल्ड करते जा रहे हैं और साथ में कस्टमर को देते भी जा रहे हैं कि आप आपके कॉल पे ट्राई करके देखो.
So when you have 0 paying customers, do you think this target of onboarding 500 paying customers in a year is reasonable to you?
सर या
So why you need money if they are ready to pay? Why you need money if they are ready to pay?
to scale
If they are ready to pay, why you need money? अगर कस्टमर पैसा दे रहा है तो बात खत्म है.
सर इट्स फॉर एक्सेलरेटेड ग्रोथ. या
So अगर वो तुम्हारे 10 कस्टमर पैसा नहीं दे रहे हैं तो how will it work?
सर हमने पैसा मांगा ही नहीं है अभी. सो इट्स फॉर एक्सेलरेटेड.
हाँ तो भैया मैं यही बोल रहा हूँ.
आप एक नया रोहित बाफना देख रहे हो यहाँ पे, हम चारों में से.
आप मेरे पास आए और बोले एक काम मैं आपका फ्री कर दूंगा तो मैं हाँ बोलूँगा शायद, ठीक है, लेकिन आप जब पैसा मांगोगे तो मैं 10 बार सोचूंगा. और ऐसे आपको 500 लोग चाहिए जो आपको दे दे, और 500 लोग 365 दिनों में मतलब 1.5 कस्टमर अ डे इंक्लूडिंग वीकेंड्स इंक्लूडिंग दिवाली हॉलीडेज. तो आप एक कस्टमर जब पेइंग हो जाएगा तो आपको जो अनुभव आएगा, the experience that you will get converting that free customer to a paying customer will teach you a lot, and then probably you will reassess your estimates and reassess your confidence level. And जिसने भी आपको 90 करोड़ दिया है उसको तो पहले निकाल दो, आप कुछ नहीं होने वाला.
थैंक्स.
थैंक यू.
Thank you, team, for a strong presentation. The vision, clarity, and execution were evident. And we appreciate the thoughtful discussion shared by the panel.
Incredible startups grace the stage today with their electrifying pitches. Each presenter truly exhibited their unique vision, innovative ideas, and undying passion. We witnessed 2 checks being signed and 1 board meeting being arranged in this edition of Pitchers Valley.
Now I would like to call upon the PSF Secretary Nehal Agrawal, Joint Secretary Preet Damani, our core management team, Investor Relations Head Maithili Rajput and Avni Vaikar, along with the team and ex-core for a group photograph with the investors. Please.
I think first of all a big round of applause for the team. Okay, incredible efforts go into this. Thank you so much. And being students, आप सारी पढ़ाई संभाल के इसके पीछे मेरे ख्याल से आई थिंक Avni called me 6 months back. Since then she has been calling me, ये कर सकते हैं वो कर सकते हैं. So thank you so much. Thank you so much.
With that, we come to the conclusion of yet another successful edition of the Pitchers Valley. We sincerely thank all those who made this event possible, the Apex investors who came all the way here. We sincerely appreciate the startups that presented today with great determination. And last, but definitely not the least, our dear audience.
Until next time, keep dreaming and innovating relentlessly. And that, ladies and gentlemen, was the
Pitchers Valley 2026. Thank you.